Yes, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my 2 cents on it. I'm Gerald. Everybody got a show where they give their 2 cents on it. So I said, hey, why can't I get my 2 cents on it? So today, joining me is my frequent guest, Mr. Greedy Sports Talk. Sir, how you doing?
I'm good, sir. I'm good, sir. This has been a very busy week, productive week. So I've been, trying to keep up on the, latest news. So, yeah, thanks for having me on. We about to have a marvelous show.
All right, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's really not really too much news before we get started. It's just that today is the 58th birthday, one of the greatest singers I ever known. She's part of a illustrious family. They call her Janet, Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Janet Jackson turns 58 today. Happy birthday, Janet.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Control, nasty, pleasure principle. You know, she got like hits, Rhythm Nation.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. The only thing I hold against her is she was almost Mr. Made Dupree. But other than that, she's had a illustrious career.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, I want to say a piece about that. Out here in Milwaukee. Well, I don't live in Milwaukee. I'm still in Illinois, but I took my mom and sister, for Mother's Day to see Janet Jackson. It was a combo concert with Ludacris and Janet Jackson. We
Mm-hmm.
missed Ludacris because I guess he was on there stage for like 10, 15 minutes and left. And Janet Jackson took over. But
Mm-hmm.
Janet Jackson was the main show, and Lucas was like the entree. So I said, well, it is what it is. We had saw it at the where the Summerfest is hosted. I don't know how familiar you are with Milwaukee or how familiar some of you all are with Milwaukee, but it's the Summerfest. It's like it's downtown Milwaukee. It's like it's similar to the Taste of Chicago. The Summerfest in Milwaukee is similar to the Taste of Chicago, where they have like live music, food, and all that stuff. Different vendors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I heard it before Milwaukee. They really shut down the whole city 9 o'clock. I mean, this is just crazy.
Well, yeah, I feel. The only thing they ain't shut down is the casinos. I went to a casino out there like more than a few times. It's a casino there called Potawatomi. That's open 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about it. Everything else is just down. So up there, you need a
Yeah.
car. Move around. You try to catch the bus. Forget about it.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I'm gonna speak on shortly. Like when I moved, I'm a Chicago native, so when I came out to the suburbs like Waukegan, Lake County area and all that, I know it's like, you gotta have a reliable car because a lot of things are like, miles apart. It's definitely not like Chicago where you got walking distance, stores on every corner and everything of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what trouble in Chicago. Joining me is my second guest, unapologetic, late Mr. Jason Boyd. Sir, how you doing?
Oh yeah, how you doing, Jason?
What up? What up? What up?
Good
What up?
deal,
What
sir.
up? What up? What up? Greedy Sports Talk. What's up, G?
What's up,
Yes,
man?
Sir. Yes, sir.
You put
How you
up
guys
some
feeling
knowledge
tonight?
last week, man.
Doing good. Haven't missed much. We were just started the show. We're talking about today is the birthday of Janet Jackson. She turned 58.
Still look good.
I'm sure she does. Yeah, she's always woo. When she did that crossover, when she went from like young Janet into like Rhythm Nation Janet, woo.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
sir. Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
pleasure
sir.
principle, man. I love that. The pleasure principle. I was, man,
Oh,
bumping some of that
am I
with
behind? Am I
Jake last
skipping?
night.
Do I have a good connection?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Yeah, you good, man.
In that song, that was not a stunt double. That was actually her flipping. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
so talented.
And control. You can't forget about control.
Oh yes. absolutely.
That was her first. That was her first big song, right?
No, her first big song was "What Have You Done For Me Lately,"
There you go. There you go.
Mm.
There you go.
and then it was "Control," and then it was "Nasty."
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you recall, what Janet's song was on NBA Superstars 1, and who was the player?
I don't remember. I don't remember that
Me
one.
either. I ain't gonna lie about that one. You said NBA
You
superstars.
guys have never seen NBA Superstars 1?
I've seen NBA Jam, but I've never seen NBA Superstar.
No, me either. I'm gonna be
NBA
honest.
Superstars,
I'm
they
gonna
would
be
do like videos with music of the best stars from the 80s, 90s, at NBA Superstars 1, NBA Superstars 2, NBA Superstars 3. NBA Superstars
Mm-mm.
1 was Magic. Magic and Janet had Control.
Oh yeah,
It was
Magic. Yeah.
Magic, Bird, MJ, Barkley, Olajuwon.
Mm.
Dr. J was the last guy because he was about to retire. That
Mm.
was it.
Man, since you brought that up, man, I remember one famous video that was in the 90s. It was called Jam. You had, in my opinion, this is my opinion, you had the two goats on one music video. You had to go of basketball and you had to go of pop, R&B and pop. King of pop, they call him.
Wait, what
Yeah,
year?
that's little.
In the 90s. It was I don't know if y'all remember, it was a video called Jam.
Yeah, it was
Right, I remember Jam.
Michael
What year did
Jackson
it come
featured
out? Like what year?
It had to be
93,
like 94,
92,
I think.
93,
93,
92, 93.
94, yeah. It was Michael Jordan, he was trying. It was Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson and Heavy D.
So, but you said if it came out in 92, like Gerald said, was Michael Jordan the GOAT then? Or was
Well,
it
he said,
94?
well.
I'm saying,
I'm caught.
do you think he was the GOAT both in 92 and 94
well,
already?
I'm saying now. No, so right now I'm reminiscing on that video back then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reminiscing on that video back then when I saw it as a child. But no, I'm not off topic, man. I mean, cut you off,
Yeah, I remember that. I
man.
definitely remember. What's that?
I just want to throw it in there. When we talk about stars and music, I said, well, you had Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, then you had Michael Jackson and Magic Johnson. That's another good. Remember the time? That's another good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So we got 5 topics. We just go get to them. The first topic is NBC is trying to return to NBA to get they're fighting TNT for the NBA rights. And if the NBC get the rights for the NBA, then TNT will lose them. And Inside the NBA, which is the best NBA show, I mean, with Ernie, Shaq, Charles, and
Oh yeah.
Chuck, is going to be gone. And, it's
I
kind
hope
of a
it don't
catch
come over.
22 because that old NBA or NBC thing was iconic. I still this would have been now and then, but Inside the NBA is just a show for the time. So I'm kind of torn whether I wanted to go
Yeah.
to back NBC or TNT to keep it. I think I'm leaning towards TNT to keep it because Inside the NBA is a show that cannot be replaced. Period.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh.
mean, I think someone might buy it. If they go over. NBC just needs to hire Chuck, Ernie, Barkley, and Kenny. Just bring them over. Like, hey, you come over and you run our pregame. I mean, NBC
Well,
has plenty of money. Why not?
That's the thing. They had the contract, so they can't just go over. Like we had the contract, you can't just both move from coming to the other. It's paperwork involved.
But I'm sure. Right, but I'm sure the contract is to do an NBA show, not to do a.
The contract's right for Turner. The contract's right for Turner. Yeah, they work for Turner though. They can also do NBA TV as well. So it's not just like They can't just go over to
Does
ABC like
Turner
that.
own
Yeah,
Does
yeah, I
Turner
know
own
you're saying
NBA
like
TV?
legal
They work
agreement.
with them, like they work with them.
Yeah, contracts have like legal agreements and stuff. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
They might be the
Uh,
they might have a non-compete for a certain amount of years, like a non-compete. Like I don't know. I mean, if they don't have a basketball show, a lot of time they might be. I think if they don't have a basketball show, they might. I don't know what the contract is, but there's a chance they could just get out.
That's the thing. But see, Charles Barkley just retired
Even if
because on
they
TNT.
now Ernie's contract is probably
Go ahead,
we
Jay.
have a
Go ahead.
delay in between our things.
Oh,
Sorry, we have a delay, so we're missing each other.
oh.
Ernie might have a different contract than Chuck, a different structured contract than Shaq and Kenny and Charles. Maybe because he does so much other stuff. But maybe they're tied to a lot of stuff, but they might just be tied. What else do they do? They do this. Oh, they do the tournament, so they might just have put them on college.
yeah, Charles already been doing the college for years, I think.
But only
Charles Kenny and Eddie do that, and Ernie do that. Shaq works for TNT and works for NBA TV, so he does both of them too. So I was saying that Charles Barkley may retire because on TNT he can say whatever he wants to. If he for
Right.
NBC on ABC he would have to be a little more censored.
PC.
And I don't think Charles really wants that. And
Right. Yeah.
he don't need the money. I mean, he don't need the money. He do the show, because he's enjoying doing it. So going to NBC, it's going to be a little more structured, a little more rules for him.
Okay, Gerald. But take me back in time with something. Then, like back in the day, there used to be NBA on NBC. Like
Right.
We had all the primetime games. Like,
right.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that time.
It was from 91 to 2002. It was 12 years where I'm still accounting. Like the thing that Jason just said, it still plays.
I like yeah. Dun, 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 dun. You know what about NBA on NBC back in the day? They had great storytelling. Like the introductions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets you all hyped for the game.
Right, that's why the people from back then who argue it, who are probably around my age and older, they argue narratives because the NBA told a story. That's why so many people argue narratives, not hoop. They argue people think, but the NBA sold us on a bunch of stuff that isn't necessarily true, but that's a part of it because they were good storytellers. They told a good story. The NBA was probably better than any other league at telling a story. To the point where 30 years later, 40 years later, people tell these stories as like when Larry Bird shot all his shots with the left hand, that never happened. like it never happened. But people talk about it like it really happened. It was fact. He took a few shots with his left hand, and he took a bunch of right hand shots too. But people don't tell that story like he just the whole game. Go watch the game. He doesn't shoot every shot with his left hand.
Yeah, it's like
people from back then. If let's go back and watch the game, a lot of people.
It's like you breaking up a little bit.
About Larry Bird. Am I cutting out? Is it my connection?
Yeah, it sounds like you skipping a little bit.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, so basically on NBA ABC, that was when I first started watching because I've never seen the NBA on CBS. The first year I started watching NBA was on NBC. The first year that's the Bulls won the championship, so that's what I've never done since. And also it was cool on NBC because the games would come on, at least on Sunday holidays, they would come on early. They would come on 4:30. They would come on, noon, 2:00. Now everything is prime time. Like before, with our weekends.
Everything is late,
Yeah, I remember, growing up, it used to be early.
Yeah, you're right.
Memorial Day or such and such on a Sunday, the games come on 4:30. That's cool. Like in the afternoon, where everybody is enjoying themselves.
Right.
It went to 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on the weekend. Now, do the weekends understood, but on the weekend, yeah. But on the same token, inside the NBA is that show just iconic, man. With Shaq,
Oh yeah,
Charles,
yeah, yeah.
Shaq and
I
Kenny
love
can't
Inside
be
NBA.
replaced, man. The four of them got that chemistry that can't be replaced.
Right. You know what I love about that show. Like Chuck wasn't scared to speak his mind, or he wasn't scared to like go against the grain. Like it was one show that he called LeBron out. I mean, it was on one show, but I'm gonna go back to one specific, like when LeBron's with the Cavs, and he was like, he said, "How much help do you need?" He said, "You want all the great players? You don't want to compete?" To me that was funny. When Chuck speak about things,
That
and
better?
Diaz said
Yes,
KD wasn't a leader, he was riding the bus.
yes.
He had some controversial takes, but some of them made sense. I appreciate Chuck for like speaking his mind. He wanted to go in with the politics
Oh,
of the
yeah,
sport.
absolutely. And you told the truth, like I said, when that the Suns and Lakers, it wasn't the fault of Darvin Ham and Frank Vogel, it was the fault of the people that put those teams together. The way the
Right,
coach is just wrong. So yeah, shout out to us, speak the truth. So
right.
it won't be the same. So it's gonna be a
Oh yeah.
battle. It's gonna be a battle. As much as I miss that old iconic theme, this how the NBA is a show that can't be replaced. So I'd rather it stay with
Did you ever
TNT.
did you ever see the CBS version?
No, I
CBS?
didn't.
Mm-mm.
The first year I started watching the NBA, I was 6 years old. That was the year the Bulls won the championship. So that was I started
There you
watching the
go.
NBA on NBC. That's so I never seen the NBA on CBS.
Yeah, yeah. For like for me and Gerald, like that's like a tradition where basketball started. NBA on NBC.
Yeah.
Just like back in the day, I know I'm going a little out topic, but I'm gonna say back in the day we used to watch karate flicks with pops, and they had the Samurai Sundays. Man, I remember all that stuff.
Channel 50?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. Yes, man. Those are
What
the
what,
yeah.
what was it in Chicago? What was that? What was that network? It was Channel 50. Was
Channel
that
50.
was
Channel
that
Yeah,
50.
yeah, yeah,
UPN?
yeah. I
Huh?
can't
Yeah.
remember. I think it was, but I know every Sunday, we also watch them karate flicks with pops.
No doubt. UPN where I was would be Channel 57.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So I know growing up, you was into Charles Barkley, Dr. J, Moses Malone.
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
it's okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a interesting battle because NBC cannot be in TNT, so it's up to Adam Silver to decide what he wants to do. He was keep it on TNT. I was go to NBC, so it's up to him.
Adam Silver has shown that he's about the money, in my opinion. Yeah, which I can't knock him for. He gonna pretty much go with the network that's paying the most money.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. The money. I mean, the
Yeah.
NFL has shown that they're doing everything for money, man. That's selling
Oh
their
yeah.
soul, but they are going to the highest bidder on everything.
You're right about that. Sometimes you make a damn thing about money. You are selling your soul because you're not being true to your brand or your market. And at the same time, you can also lose fans that way. We just make it just only about the money.
Yeah, you're right about that. So, final prediction is going to TNT. It's going to NBC. It's going to stay on TNT.
I don't think TNT
I,
is
I
giving
can
that
see
up.
it. I'm not mad either way, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I wish you, Gerald. I prefer they stay on TNT. Keep the crew together. Because they like you said, the chemistry is the most important part. When you got chemistry with each other, like how each other operates. Like Shaq and Chuck already know how each other operate because they play against each other in basketball and stuff like that. And Kenny,
Hmm.
he know how they operate too. Man, Ernie, he know how all of them operate. So it's like whatever they got going, it blends in together. Whatever they got going, it always blends in together.
Yeah, she's right about that. So, an update right now: the Timberwolves on top of the Nuggets, 88-61. in the fourth
Good
quarter.
Lord.
11:19 to go. So it's looking like we'll be a game 7 on Sunday between these two teams. We'll
Oh
talk about
yeah.
that later. The prediction for that.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna go now to our second topic. Yesterday, kind of like a kid on Christmas, I was waiting all day for the NFL to release their schedule for 2024, and they did just that. It took a minute. It took a minute for it to get online. I was a little frustrated about that, but by like 7:15, I saw all the teams schedule. So Jay, I'll start with you. So you see the schedule for your Eagles. What do you think of their schedule?
I have not seen this. I have not seen the schedule. I haven't had a chance to look at it. This time of year, I'm all NBA, and I haven't looked at our schedule yet. Do you know what division? What division do we play? Do you know outside of our own? What?
Yes.
Don't
So
have
the NFC East plays the AFC North.
AFC North. What's that? Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati,
Yeah, I
Cleveland,
always
and
like that
Baltimore.
because I went to school in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, so I always like when the Eagles play the Steelers. That's a tough. I mean, because I think Cincinnati's going to be pretty good, solid. Cleveland, Pittsburgh probably will be better
Yeah,
next year with one of those quarterbacks. So
yeah,
that's a lot of tough games. Our division's going to be good. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know
uh,
really even what we're going to look like with Dallas. I I'm confident that I think we're going to be I'm confident we're a playoff team. I just don't know what level we are. I don't know if we're like a Super Bowl
Yeah.
contender or not.
So
A
I'll
lot of
give
it may
you
come down to
so I'll give you their schedule right now. So they
okay.
start the season, of course. They play Green Bay down there in Brazil on that Friday,
Oh,
Oh
September
wow,
6th.
Brazil.
Brazil. I didn't even know that was
Me
happening.
either.
Yeah, it's gonna be Friday, September 6th, 7:15 on Peacock. They're gonna play Green Bay.
Oh, I got to sign back up for my
Then week
Peacock
two, they
subscription.
home. Yeah, for sure. They home Monday Night Football, September 16th against the Falcons.
Mm.
Week three, they at New Orleans. Week four, they at Tampa Bay. They got an early bye week, week five. Week six, they at home versus Cleveland. Week seven, at the Giants. Week eight, at Cincinnati. Week nine, home to Jacksonville. Week 10, at Dallas. Thursday, that Thursday, 4 days later, they home Washington on Prime. Then after that, the 24th, they at the Rams. The first, they at Baltimore. The 8th, home to Carolina. The 15th, home to the Steelers. The 22nd, at Washington. 29th, home to Dallas. And they close the season at home against the Giants.
Well, I think. I mean, we're playing Baltimore. That's a tough game. Pittsburgh, it's at home, so we'll see what their quarterbacks do. Um, I think we're Washington. I still don't know how our division is going to be. I don't know how good. I don't think the Giants are going to be good, but I don't know how good Washington's going to be. They're not going to be very good. The Cowboys are hit or miss. There's tough games, playing Baltimore, Cincinnati. Those are all tough games.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think they should go. I think they should go division 5-1. They should sweep the Washington. They should sweep the Giants and split it versus Dallas. That should be 5-1.
yeah, but division games don't work like that. I mean, we're gonna end up losing to out of the. Let's say we win 3 out of those 4 games, but we lose one of them to the Giants or Washington. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we're not better than them, but just because it's in the division, we just end up losing one of those. Lose one to Dallas, let's say. We could lose to Baltimore. I only saw a few kind of easy games. We don't know what Jacksonville is going to be. How do you think their quarterback's going to be? It's hard. I think that's possibly a difficult schedule, but if things go right, and let's say the Steelers aren't very good, Baltimore should be very good. Dallas should at least be, pretty good. But I'm confident with that schedule we'll make the playoffs, but I'm not sure where we are in terms of how good. I don't know if we're a Super Bowl contender or not. We'll have to see the first 4 games of the season. The schedule though doesn't worry me. Either we're good or we're not.
It's difficult to me. We have an early bye week, and week 5 is definitely early. I mean, 4 games in the bye week, and you got to play the rest of the season. So it's going to be very tiresome for them.
The only game that scares me if we end up being a good team is Baltimore, because Baltimore's going to be very good. But the rest of the teams, we don't know. We don't know exactly where they are. We don't know where the Steelers are because they're switching up quarterbacks. We know Cincinnati's good, but they were injured a lot last year.
Oh, they play a lot of good teams. They play a lot of good teams. I mean, the Packers are good. The Saints are good. The Buccaneers.
But they're not world killers. It's not like playing.
No, but they're good teams. I'm saying they're good teams. I'm saying not pushovers. Yeah. The Rams. The only games they're guaranteed to win is against Carolina, and to me, against Carolina, and I would say at home to Atlanta. I think they should win that.
Based on the end of last year, we're not guaranteed to win any games. I'm hoping we're bouncing back to the way we were the previous year and a half. At the end of the season, I don't know. We'll see. We have a lot of guys a couple important guys who Kelsey retired. We lost a couple of guys in free agency. We did bring in. We were supposed to have a pretty good draft. So I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I've asked my friends who are in Philly what they think. They think we're going to be good because we picked up Barkley, and but Barkley's always injured too. So I mean, a lot of people in Philly are excited about Barkley, but it's like he's always injured. I mean, is he even going to play? We're going to get 5 games out of him and be injured for the rest of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right about that. So I guess here in Chicago, we got to go to the Bears schedule. That's your team, Greedy? The Bears?
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to a bad year.
Okay.
You think it's going to be a bad year?
I said a better year. Better year.
Oh, okay.
I haven't looked at the.
All right. So the Bears schedule,
but...
they home.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm finna say it now. They home. Yeah, they home. Week 1 to the Tennessee. Week 2 at Houston. Week 3 at Indianapolis. At 4, they home to the Rams. Week 5, home to Carolina. Week 6, they play Jacksonville over there at England. Then they got a bye week. Week 7. And then after that, they got 2 road games against the Commanders and Cardinals. And then they home to the Patriots. So the Bears will play a division game until week 11. This is when they start their division game. They got 3 division games in 10 days. 11 days. At home to Green Bay versus Minnesota and Detroit on Thanksgiving. At San Francisco and Minnesota versus Detroit versus Seattle and Green Bay. So 2 things I'm looking for the Bears this season because I don't see the playoffs. 2 things I'm looking for. They need Caleb Williams, of course, has to be good throughout the year. He has to prove as the year goes on, so he can be better for next year, 2025. And the Bears must beat Green Bay. If they don't beat Green Bay, that means they haven't approved. They haven't approved. They ain't got a sweep Green Bay. At least split with them. At least win 1 for Green Bay. At least do that. If they don't do that, then the Bears haven't approved.
Oh yeah. Being a Chicago native, I know Green Bay has always been our biggest challenge for years. From Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers now to Jordan Love, we still have that problem because Jordan Love came up under Aaron Rodgers, so we still. We still have that problem, but I agree with you. We need to at least split. We need to.
Yes, absolutely right. You know what? I don't know how the NFL does it with their prime time games. I don't know how they do it. I don't know when they decide what is prime time and what is not. But they got some interesting games. The Jets are going to be on prime time a lot early in the year.
Mm,
They're gonna be all over the place.
mm.
Like I said, the Bears aren't on Thursday Night Football till the last week against Seattle, the day after Christmas. Matter of fact, the two Christmas games is Steelers Chiefs and I believe Ravens Texans is the other one. So
Mm. Oh yeah, them Christmas and Thanksgiving games always get high ratings. Um, now going now getting back to the Bears. Now we have a problem though. We got some pieces that could make us better, but we still have a problem. And to me, the problem is like the division that we in has gotten better. Um, Detroit, they showed last year that they can make some noise. I don't know what their current roster is now. I don't know what Detroit current roster is now, but they shown last season they can make some noise. And the Green Bay Packers are the Green Bay Packers, and the Vikings, they still decent. So the game that you listed, that's a tough 11 games, and you mentioned that we don't play like divisional games to after the 11th season.
week 11, yeah, that's when the Bears play.
Oh my
The
God!
Bears play so six of the Bears' final 8 games are division games. So that's what it is.
That'll make it exciting though. At the end of the year, if you have a good record,
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right about that.
they should win. There's a few games there at the beginning of the season they can win. Those first 8 games, they need to have a good start.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I,
They have a good start, but um, them divisional games, I already know they're gonna be tough. Now Vikings, I think we can take. I think we can beat the Vikings. The Detroit Lions, that's gonna be a tough one, and the Packers, of course, is gonna be a tough one. But we can't have a losing record. The key to me, we can't have a losing record in divisional games.
yeah. I think the Bears are a good team. Just the fact that they got a rookie quarterback and he's going to experience growing pains. That's going to hold the Bears back for being like a playoff team to me. Caleb Williams,
Yeah,
has to go through his growing pains. That's why I'm thinking next year playoffs for the Bears, not this year, because not
yeah, I
everybody's
agree
going to
with you. I
be
agree with you on that.
not everybody's going to be C.J. Stroud. So I'll just say that. So Maurice says with the Bears, yeah, they'll be a solid contender. Yeah, with the Bears, yeah, but Caleb Williams has to go through his
Oh,
growing pains.
wait,
Yeah, he.
wait, hold on. But define. When you say contender, what do you mean by contender? Do you mean like Super Bowl contender or playoff
No,
contender?
I don't see Super Bowl
I
contender.
don't think he mean that. I just think he means just a playoff team, probably.
Well, clarify, Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice. So what you mean by contender?
So Maurice responds, he'll let us know.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're gonna go on to the next topic, and that is the NBA draft results. Usually they do game one of the conference finals on ESPN, but they did it on Mother's Day, which is a shock on Sunday, and it was won by the Atlanta Hawks.
Wow.
So the Hawks have the
So,
first pick.
but they said
Wow.
last week though. So what's the? Do you guys? There's no like big time players. There's no Chet. There's no Victor Wembanyama. You guys know the players this year?
Well, to me, the only guy I know is the center for Purdue, the guy that won Player of the Year the last 2 years, Edie.
Right.
Mm.
So if I was, Atlanta, I would take him. And
Wait, what?
then,
Wait. Oh. Come on, man. If you do, you gotta explain that. Take him with the number one pick.
yes,
This isn't
like
1990. This
like
is
you had
1985. Take him in with the number one pick.
like you have Trey
To do
Young,
what?
like you have Trey Young and DeJounte Murray in your backcourt. So your front court, you need somebody, down there, that can score, somebody that can score, somebody that can produce in your front court. Capella don't score.
He can't stay in the game. He can't guard the pick and roll. He's too slow. The whole game is a high pick and roll. He can't guard it. He can't play. I mean, he can't play and he can't stretch the floor. And he's not super athletic. There's no way. At the first pick,
I know he old school.
you're fired. You're fired.
I know he old school.
You're fired.
I know he old school, but you got to give him a chance, Jay. I mean, who else is gonna take number one?
If they draft him, look, that would be like the biggest. That's like a huge mistake. You can't draft him at the number one pick. He's gonna go like mid, maybe 15 to like second round.
I guess. I mean,
it's not because he's not good. He is good. And if it was 1995, sure. But he can't guard the high pick and he's not super athletic. He can't guard the high pick and roll. I don't know how great his rim protection is. He can score, but it's very difficult. You're gonna be able to take advantage of him even more than you can take advantage of Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year, and his foot speed is not quick enough sometimes in the playoffs. I'm not saying he's not going to be a good player, but there's no way. I mean, there's number one pick is out of the question. It's not. Okay. That's not even a consideration.
It's not a strong draft. It's not a strong draft, but I still don't think, if I were to take him, it can't be worse than when Cleveland took Anthony Bennett.
No, I'm not saying he's not going to be a good player. He's going to be a good basketball player, but he can't play the minutes that need to be played at the number one pick and at his age. He's also too old. He's 22 at that age, and he can't defend at that big, stiff. I'm not saying he's not good. He's going to be in the league. He's going to have a long career. He's going to have a long career. But he's not going to be a star. And they need an all-star at least.
Some of this right here. Okay. Some of this right here. The Spurs take him, and the team here with Wembanyama. What do you all think about that?
Are you talking about the guy you was talking about as the number one draft pick from Purdue?
Yeah, Edie. So San Antonio should probably pair Edie with Wembanyama because they got San Antonio pick 4th and 8th, so they could take him in one of those two picks.
Okay, so I haven't saw a lot of his games. I'm just going by you all perspectives. But if he's a throwback center, well, let me clarify. Well, let me ask this: is he a center?
Yes, 7'4". Yes.
Okay. If he plays like a throwback center, then Wemby. He'd be like a crazy dangerous power forward. It's like how is his shot blocking ability and all that? Like I said, I haven't seen him.
He's not. You talking about Wemby or?
No, I know about Wemby. I ain't talking about Wemby. I'm talking about the.
I don't know Edie's shot blocking capability. I know what he does, but I haven't watched I didn't watch him the entire season in terms of watching him enough to tell you that.
Yeah, like how Gerald, how would you rate his defense?
Like I said,
he's slow. I know that.
I know, like you, I haven't seen much of the guy, but I do know if you're college player of the year, 2 years in a row, you've ever taken a chance on him. I would say that. I think a team should take him, high. Take a chance on the guy because it's not a strong draft. And I know he's about the only guy I know. One of the 3 guys this draft. I know him, I know Alex Sarr, and I know Bronny. And Bronny, we're going to talk about him in a minute. But
oh, my God.
These are the guys I know in the draft.
I won't go into it. Oh, man. I'm going to say it when we get to that.
So playing Wemby with Edie. So I'm not saying it's wouldn't it be great? I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't work, but here's the problem. Wemby was actually playing. Wendy's game picked up when they changed him from power forward to center. So I don't know if they want him to go back to power forward. He's going to be better next year, but I don't know if they want him going back to power forward. But his game picked up when he got switched to center because he has such an advantage at that position. Also, San Antonio needs so many things they need guys that can get him the ball, and they need another guy who can go. And as I said, it's going to be very difficult to play Zach Edey's starter minutes, even if he's really good on offense, because defending he's going to have he's not Rudy Gobert out there, and Rudy Gobert has a difficult defensive player of the year, had a difficult time sliding his feet, so you can't play him the minutes, especially in the playoffs, that you want to. He might be nice on offense. I'm not saying he can't score. Don't be wrong. Like I said, it's similar to do you remember Joel Okafor?
Yes.
Oh,
now
yeah.
Yes.
They're different types of players.
He's played the Bobcats, right?
Joel Okafor was nice. Post moves, boom,
hits drop
step. But he couldn't play because he couldn't play D and he was too slow. But in the 90s, he would have been an all-star.
But one thing about one thing about the 90s, they had people who could play inside the post, and when you think about 90s too, you had to be able to play man to man. You get at least show effort on man to man defense, they wasn't using a whole bunch of zones.
It was a very different game back then, very physical. That's why
Yeah,
guys like
and physical, yeah.
Anthony Mason and Xavier McDaniel were notable players because they were physical guys that made the mark on the games. I don't know today they would do that. So yeah, it has changed a lot. So now let's get on the guy I know the most is going to be in this draft, LeBron James Jr., better known as Bronny James.
Yeah.
So people call cap on Bronny when he said he never envisioned himself playing with his father. We all know that's a bunch of lie. But where do you see Bronny going, and who should take him?
I'm gonna say this. All right, I saw a few games here and there, highlights. Bronny can have potential to be good, but I don't think it'd be beneficial him playing with LeBron James, and I'm gonna tell you why. It would not be beneficial because what type of pressure LeBron James come with within himself. If you don't play good, especially in Laker Nation, if you don't play good, you're gonna be called trash constantly. Like Laker Nation will forget about the good games you had. So do I see Bronny James shining on that type of pressure? No. And I'm gonna give credit to LeBron. Even though I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but I'm gonna give credit to LeBron. When LeBron came in the league at 18 years old, he handled the pressure very well. I can say as a young man when he came in, he handled the pressure very well. And LeBron shined very good under the lights, and this going back to when I was neutral on LeBron. I was actually a sort of a live LeBron fan. I was rooting for him, to succeed and everything. I don't see the LeBron James at 18 years old in Bronny James. I think Bronny James gonna need more time, to grow his game. Even though he has potential, in the combine, he had a 40-inch vertical or something like that I was seeing the other day on the news. He had a 40-inch vertical, which is pretty good. So he has athleticism because he comes from LeBron James, and LeBron James is very athletic. Even to his day, he's still athletic. Now he can't play the same type of defense he used to play when he's with Miami and them type of days, or early Cavs. But LeBron still can drive to a hole and still pull off dunks with him on fast break. But getting to Bronny James, I think he's gonna need a little bit more time. I seen people on Twitter, just trashing him, saying he garbage and this and that, because he averaged 4 points, and Bronny James might just be a late bloomer, and I think he needs to play on a team that's not under a whole bunch of spotlight. I think him being on the team with LeBron James as a Laker would be a bad idea, because if you're not used to playing on them lights, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna just instantly get better. You know what I mean? You gonna have some time to actually mold yourself and grow the game, learn the game. And I don't think like when LeBron James came out and tweeted like my son is better than half the stars in the NBA, or he can get like a spot on the Lakers roster right now. I think that was cap because them people on the Lakers, they work hard to get them spots.
No, it's not cap because LeBron got the power. LeBron say he put Bron on the Lakers. He
Well,
brought the Lakers. That's not
well,
cap.
well, 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 well. I ain't saying cap for that reason. I know. I'm saying it's cap because of the reality of it. The reality of it. He's not bad. I seen LeBron. I seen Bronny James play. He's not better than than them guys on the roster on the Lakers. Players in the league because now that he said that and made that tweet, guess what he gonna do? He gonna put a target on his son back. I know y'all remember when Lonzo Ball, the Ball sons, the Ball said like, well,
Yes.
my son better than Steph Curry in this, and what they do? First game, Pat Beverly took Lonzo Ball full court, 94 feet.
Yeah, he
And he said,
shut
"Oh,
him down.
yeah." He said, "Oh, you think you good, huh? You think you better than Steph Curry?" And then we played Steph Curry. Steph Curry tore him up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say like fathers
Yes.
gotta stop. Fathers gotta stop doing that. Stop. I understand you love your kid, you want to hype them up, but let your kid grow. Don't put all that hype on them and expect them to be just like you. LeBron James and Bronny James are two different personalities.
I
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
I don't know his personality per se, but so Bronny James, and I'll say this: I have no problem with him getting drafted. Do I think that he's an NBA player right at this particular second? I don't believe that he is, but that doesn't matter. So this is one thing that you have to understand, like that was different, like between the early 2000s now. So a guy like Bronny James, in this case, this is where the 90s and the early 2000s would be better. It would be more difficult for a player like that. To succeed because of a little bit of the physicality, and although but he will be able to. Let me back up a little bit. I think he's necessarily like a high draft pick. Absolutely not. But what he does is he has the required skills, the little things that people don't understand. Even some people who make the NBA or play overseas don't understand. When you know how to play the right way, like you know how to even just set a pick and flash to the ball, or the correct time, how to head and force the guy back the other way. Just these little different things, or you know how when to slip a screen, how to call out the defense. If you can stand on the back line and call out and be like, hey, you stand there. This is what they're doing. He knows how to do those things because his dad was LeBron James, and he taught him that. So he has I believe he has the kind of the mental game. He knows how to play the game. So do I think that he can be a guy and grow into a guy? He is small, but do I think he can grow into a guy that can play good D and shoot a corner three via maybe like a Pat Beverly-ish? Sure. Can he do that? Yes. It's a wide open game, not as physical. Now they do let him play, like as I mentioned last time in the playoffs, they let them play pretty hard. But do I think he can be a successful NBA player? I do. Do I think he's like some definitely high draft pick right now, as I've said twice already? Absolutely not. But he can come in, learn because he knows how to play the game, works hard, and then he can, maybe play in the NBA for 10, 12, 13 years. And I don't think the thing is, I know people are, I guess, making fun of it, but I haven't made fun of it.
Yeah, me either.
If he gets into the league, good for him. I mean, he's a good basketball player, regardless. Even if and if you're a good basketball player, especially the way the game's played today, and you work hard, I think you have to get a little bit of luck, but you can get in the league and kind of do your thing, hit corner threes and play defense. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think due to the late start, due to his heart ailment, and the fact he really did put up good stats, and also for maturity as a player, as a man, I think he should have stayed at USC one more year. And then came out next year.
But see, that's the problem, though. So think of the people who came back and stayed like a year too long. So right now he was a little sick. Not a little sick. He was sick, and he came back and played. He had up and downs a little bit, but they base it off like what they saw earlier. They're not even thinking about what he did in college. Next year, if he comes back, they're really going to be like, oh, if he doesn't play well, they're going to be like, oh, he can't do it. Didn't even get drafted at all. Felipe Lopez stayed too long. Remember Felipe Lopez? He could have gone. Do you guys remember Felipe Lopez?
No.
Felipe Lopez was out of New York. Great player. There's a documentary on him. Great player. He was the number one player in the nation, and then because Allen Iverson was in jail, but he would have been number two anyway. He was a great player. He played at Rice up in New York City, and then he went to St. John's, and he could have left after probably high school, and definitely after his freshman year at St. John's, he could have gone, but he ended up staying for a second year, which I think forced him to come back a third year, and I think he left either after. He stayed all 4 years, and they finally made the tournament. He got drafted, but he probably would end up making more money if he came out after his freshman year in college, because they kept on nitpicking his game more and more. The same thing could have happened to Bronny if he stays one more year. I mean, it would definitely happen, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of bad for optics that somebody that average 8 points a game is coming out only because he's the son. Only because he's the son of one of the greatest players in NBA history.
That's it.
But
so I just think
that's it.
Yeah.
Guys who get drafted who average don't like those Kentucky guys with those freshman teams. They have 11, 12.
Yeah, that's the difference between that and 4.8 points a game.
That's a big
4.8 and 11, 12 is a big difference. Yeah.
That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Small difference. That's a big difference.
I'm trying.
The other guy above the average.
Let me come up with people who averaged a low amount of points. Go look up with maybe he didn't.
I'm thinking of Daniel Orton. He came out of Kentucky averaging 3.3 points a game. He played league a few years. That's
right. There's a couple guys from Duke who get drafted. Duke, North Carolina, who get drafted maybe late first round, who don't average a lot of points.
But here's the thing though. If you average low points, you gotta be really great on defense. It has to be something that stands out on you. If you averaging like low points.
Yeah. So I just think now that.
Would you not have drafted like Brandon Jennings? He only averaged like probably less than 7 points overseas. But remember, he left after high school and then went overseas. He barely played, and he still got drafted high.
Well, I think it's because he had the intangibles that.
It depends.
Ronnie don't have that. Ronnie don't have.
Brian's a nice kid,
He's 6'4".
Wait, hold. But what if I told you? What if I said that Bronny actually? I'm not saying he's a better player than Brandon Jennings. He's not at all. But what if I told you he had better intangibles than Brandon Jennings? I don't know that Brandon Jennings knows. I don't know that Brandon Jennings. Have you ever heard him speak? I don't dislike him. I don't dislike Brandon Jennings, and he is a very good basketball player. But the way he speaks like a little kid, though, like an 8th grader. I see him
on the Sam on Gibbs Arena. He actually, speak basketball with.
But he doesn't listen to how he chimes in. He chimes in. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not. He's obviously a better basketball player than Bronny. But he may not know maybe he does. But the way Rashad McCants, I'm not saying he's right, but when Rashad McCants and Gil talk X's and O's and the different things that go on again, the way Kenyon Martin does, I don't know that. Maybe he can. I don't know that Brandon Jennings can talk basketball hoop the same. Bronny might have better intangibles than Brandon Jennings, even though he's not. You can have better intangibles without being a better player. Brandon Jennings is just gifted. He's just a gifted basketball player.
So I say now, since he's coming to the league, I think it would serve Bronny well to be a point guard at a team that's actually winning. A winning team being like their backup point guard. So that way he can just come in, run the offense, take a few shots, get a run, and sit down. And then maybe eventually start down the line.
He's not anyone's backup point, and it's not a diss to him. I think he can play, but he's not a backup point guard first year. He's a come in blowouts point guard. No diss to him. I mean, I don't know. Do you think Bronny's? I don't know how much better Bronny is than Matt McClung.
Well, shoot. No, but we shall shoot. But shoot. Giannis' brother. he got in the league and he's not that talented.
He stayed in the league. He stay in the league. Don't worry about him. He's a very special case. He gonna be in the league a
Yeah.
long time. Don't worry about Thanasis. Thanasis is fine. We talking about Bronny here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
I,
is just
I
certainly
got to
good.
believe it or not, I got to meet both of those guys. They were Thanasis was nice. They were both nice. Leon
Oh
and
yeah.
Okay.
but Thanasis hooped like didn't he put I don't know his numbers, but he had good numbers in Greece though, right? Overseas.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he
he did.
did.
I mean,
He did.
I mean, I think now see. So this is what happens. Like so, I was on a college team and I didn't play. So people don't get this, but you actually get worse. So Thanasis was probably better when he first got here than he is now. Because when you play, you're confident. Boom, boom, boom. And I know he's in the NBA. He's making money. He's probably having a great time. Seems like he's having fun. But you just don't. You lose confidence in your. I'm sure he can still hoop. But I'm saying you lose confidence in your game and you just get worse. But I mean, maybe because if he hooped overseas, it seems like the last few years he's been having these terrible highlights, like Shaq and a Fool type highlights.
Yeah, but we all know since he's on a NBA roster, he would kill all of us in the game, 50-0. So we know that.
Yeah.
Wait, say it again.
Since he's on a NBA roster, he would kill a regular person like you and I in the game, 50-0.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And what you talking about in a 5-on-5 game?
A regular game, 1-on-1, he would kill just all three of us.
1-on-1 or 5-on-5?
A 1-on-1. 50-0. He was just straight to hoop on us because he is on the roster.
Nah, I'm not saying he wouldn't beat me, but I think I could, especially at my peak. I'm not saying he's not a better player than me. He might be. I don't know. I definitely think that I could. I could beat. I mean, I'm not saying I would beat him every game. I definitely think I could beat him.
To give him some gold, right? Give him some gold.
No disrespect to him, but I'm just giving respect to myself.
Yeah. I'm just saying that every player on a NBA roster can ball. It's just that the ones that play are the most skilled.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, let me ask you. Well, how long do you guys think Bronny can stay in the league?
He'll be in the league as long as he wants to because his father has made it so.
Oh yeah. You talking about Bronny? Yep. You know, but you know that's the thing about Gerald. You know, I think that's why I say he shouldn't be on a team that's like under a whole lot of spotlight because you know that can also destroy. It's like it can help if it works, but it can also destroy like a kid like that. You know, that's trying to like improve and everything like that. You know.
So you guys are under the impression you guys think some teams going to bring him in to play right away. You think that?
Well, I think they're going to use Bronny as a leverage to get LeBron. You know, that's what I personally believe. Any team that takes Bronny, they're going to use him as a piece to get LeBron.
Then let me ask you. Then what team? Because if I were a GM, I'm a LeBron fan. Like I'm a big LeBron fan. I don't want him at this age. I'm not grabbing him to come on like some random like I'm rebuilding a team or like on what team? Because like if I'm a GM and let's say I'm building Charlotte, I don't want LeBron. What are we gonna do? Sell a few more tickets, like and then we have to once he leaves, start over. I don't want an old LeBron. He's old.
I think the team's gonna bring in Bronny, to sell tickets. Be like, somebody.
Exactly.
But where? Give me a team. Let's find a team and let's discuss why they would take him. Like, who would take him? I'm not saying nobody would want him, but who?
Detroit.
For what? Like for what? Like why would Detroit want LeBron to do what?
Detroit has been unwatchable. The Pistons have been unwatchable the last few years. They need somebody to look forward to see. Yeah, couldn't have decent, but Bronny will sell tickets.
You want to take LeBron for 2 years, get bounced, not even make the playoffs, maybe, definitely get bounced in the first round for 2 years, and then like have to rebuild again when LeBron leaves because you paid him a crap load of money? No way. If you're
I'm not talking about LeBron. I'm talking about Bronny. I'm talking about Bronny going to the Pistons.
Oh, you're saying
Yeah.
LeBron, LeBron is gonna to me stay with the Lakers.
yeah, Bronny. That would
Hmm.
be a good team for Bronny, like a bunch of other young guys.
Yeah,
But
Go
you
in,
know
play
what?
defense. That would be a good team for him.
But you know what? That goes back to my point. Detroit be a team that's not under a whole bunch of scrutiny or pressure.
you're right.
His family not too far down the way in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So go back my point. Like he play with a team that's not under a whole bunch of pressure right away. It's not like a win now team.
But
I think he'll succeed better.
oh, so I don't forget. But like, I don't. Let's say he goes to a team like that. Why would he be under pressure? He's not going to be getting the minutes that like to be under pressure
But
like that.
He's
I
under
just
pressure. Period. Being the son of LeBron James, being LeBron James Jr. Playing the
yeah.
game of basketball. Your father is one of the five greatest players to ever play the game. That's pressure enough as he is.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like he go to a team or say for instance he go to the Lakers, right? And you know how Laker fans are, or AKA LeBron fans. They can be, you do one thing wrong, they'll trash you.
I don't think they're gonna take it, Greedy. I don't think they're gonna take it. That'll be just way
Well,
too
no,
special.
well, no. I ain't saying he gonna go over there. I'm just saying, like, I'm just a good example of how pressure can be bad too. Like, when you playing for like one of the prime time teams, and you do one thing wrong, the fan base just trash you. But
Yeah.
if you go to like Detroit, they've been trash for years. Outside like the runs with the Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups and them.
Hmm.
Yeah, they've been trash for years, so there's no high expectations. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
No,
I
I
know it's
get that, but I
yeah.
don't think there would be high expectations for him, no matter where he goes. Because I don't
No, it
think he
wouldn't.
plays on a good team. He'll be the third string point guard at best, if not down in the D League.
If you go to
Let's
the
let's
Lakers, they
perhaps
they
the
going
same team as LeBron.
if you go to one of the big time teams, they gonna tear them up.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. The 2024 is the year of the feud, the latest feud, and this time the sports world between Shaq and Shannon Sharp. Shaq, let his feelings be known to the Joker, where he interviewed him about winning the third MVP. He felt that SGA should have won. Shea Gildas Alexander. On his podcast, Nightcap, Shannon Sharp said Shaq was in a way hating. A lot of people felt that way. He was hating because he went back to Shaq's own career, and he said if Shaq had his work ethic, he would have had 40,000 points. And Shaq did not like that. How what Shannon Sharp said. So he made two diss songs, and he also did a long Twitter list where he said that he makes more money than Shannon, and how Shannon is doing all this still ain't it got to where he at. So basically, we ask you two, whose side are you on, and who do you think is right?
All right. Well, I'm gonna say it's about that. Shaq has a right to his own opinion, but I just feel like in the media, they be doing a lot of disrespect toward Joker. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, Shea is a worthy candidate for the MVP. You know what I'm saying? He did lead his team, with barely any all stars or superstars. He catapulted them to like number one seed. I believe. Didn't OKC win the number one seed?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. They won number one seed. So Shaq has a point, but Joker is also deserving. Because you know ain't neither one of his players on the team all stars either. And he put up great numbers. So uh, I'm gonna go on the side. Well, if I had to pick a side, I'd probably say Shannon Sharp. Even though I like both guys to be honest. And I used to watch Shannon Sharp as when he's a tight end in the NFL in the '90s. We played with the Broncos and the Ravens. I thought he was a tremendous tight end, a tremendous football player. I'm just gonna say that. So the fact that Shaq dissed them the way he dissed them, and I haven't even heard the rap songs. They let me know that Shaq was in his feelings. You know, Shaq was a bit in his feelings about what Shannon Sharp said. Now, Shannon Sharp should have came to him. You know, I mean, I believe they should have talked to man because I'm pretty sure they both have each other numbers where they could just talk about this stuff behind the scenes and not let things get too viral out of hand. But I think the way it happened, it just try to get some more publicity about it. But I think Shannon Sharp, I think Shannon Sharp is right in the case that it's not just Shaq, but it's been other people that have been taking a dump on the Joker. Just saying like he don't deserve MVP and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, he put up numbers too, but if you think it's Shay, that's okay, that's good reason. But you shouldn't come on TV and say like he didn't deserve it at all. I mean, that's disrespectful.
Honestly, I listen to a lot of Shannon Sharp stuff. I watch TNT and I watch Shaq, and I'll be honest with you guys. Excuse my language, but I mean, look, man, I don't give a fuck. Both of these dudes, Shaq's a cool dude, Shannon Sharp's a cool dude. They're gonna dap it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. Like they're gonna help each other get ratings. You know what I mean? I don't look, man. I'm not racing any brand. I'm sorry. They'll be all right. That's all I'm going to say. They're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Those guys.
That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment.
Neither one. This is what I will say. So I can say something about it. Shannon Sharp and Shaq are relatively level-headed in terms of athletes. I'm not saying in terms of the entire world, but in terms of athletes, they are relatively level-headed. They try to understand stuff. They try. I'm not saying they're perfect. They certainly aren't. But I mean, these dudes aren't trying to drop bodies on each other. They'll be cool. They'll be friends. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that in terms of their actual beef, because I don't think it's a real beef first and foremost.
No.
I know I saw what they did, but I didn't read actually what. Because I mean, two rich black guys who I both like I want them to just be cool, man. Talk of that. They'll probably talk. They'll dap it up. Like Shannon did with Mike Epps.
Yeah. That was something else.
For 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If you're rich, how do you honestly? If I were rich, look. Shannon Sharp and Shaq got to live through. We actually got, because I know when I was growing up, I never ever thought in my mind that we were going to see a black president before I die. They are rich and they got to see a black president. They're cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to beef. They don't really want to have real beef. Are you serious?
Right.
That aggravation. They're both over 40, 45. You want peace.
Shoot, over 50.
You want to joke around and if someone comes after you, you're gonna stand up for yourself. Sure, they're tough guys, I guess. You know what I mean? But,
right.
They want peace. They don't want to be two nice guys. Generally speaking, although can be tough when they need to be. Wanting to beef, I doubt they want to. They don't really want to beef over something this silly. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And it's good marketing. They're both good at marketing. This is great marketing.
That's why I said probably for publicity. To get some going. On Twitter, something interesting.
Well, my take on it is, this is basically a story of the ant and the grasshopper. Basically, Shaq, basically coasted, not all, but most of his career. Shannon Sharp has said he has got the most out of his God-given ability. Now, Shaq has admitted there are times he didn't stay in shape like he should have. He didn't play as hard as he should have. Shaq has said that on record. That's what Shannon Sharp is going off of. And, Shaq does get his feelings sometimes. He felt he should have won more than one MVP. And he does come off time as jaded when he
played with Kobe. Played with Kobe. The same thing Kobe, Shaq. People aren't going to give you your full credit. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think in his mind,
the best 2, 3, at worst 4 players in the NBA. Every year you guys play together. Come on, bro.
Yeah. I think in his mind, I think in his mind he feels he's better than the Joker. And just wonder why the Joker has 3 MVPs and he has 1. So that's why, it comes out that, Shaq is wondering why this guy got 3 MVPs and I only got 1, not better than him. He talks every day how Steve Nash won at MVP in 05 over him. And I come back to realize that Steve Nash basically turned that Suns team around. I think he earned it award. He should have won 3 in a row, but they gave Dirk the one in 2007. But basically, I think they had a disagreement. Unfortunately, like I said, they're working out eventually.
Yeah.
Basically,
Do
Shannon
you, do, you,
Sharp. Hmm?
do you guys think that Joker's better than Shaq?
He
He
Joker's more
does some
skilled than
things,
Shaq.
but he does
Joker's more
those
skilled
things.
than Shaq, but
Yeah,
he's not as dominant.
I
yeah,
mean, I'm
He's
more
yeah,
not as
skilled.
dominant,
I'm more
but
skilled than Shaq, but I'm not even a little bit near the player that he is. Not even. Anyway, I'm more or like Allen Iverson's more skilled than Shaq. He's not better than Shaq.
I think if you go by dominance, if you go by results, if you go by dominance, that's Shaq. Because Shaq was him and Will are the two most dominant players that ever played the game. But the Joker is
yeah,
just more
exactly,
skilled. The Joker
exactly.
can impact the game in so many ways. He
Wait,
can,
so put Joker in the for both of you guys. Where do you have him in the centers? Like where do you rank him among centers?
he gained up
Well,
there for sure. I mean, number one, is on my list. I got Bill Russell, Kareem, Wilt,
hmm
Shaq.
Come on, man, stop capping, man.
Ain't no capping. It's true.
You capping?
What's capping?
So you're drafting Bill Russell over Shaq to play a game at any time in any year. You tell me that.
It's probably the order of importance. It's probably the
It's
order of
just that.
importance.
It's just that.
I'm drafting him. I'm taking
The man has 11 rings. The man has 11 rings. The
Oh
greatest
man, we gotta
winner.
go this
The
again.
greatest winner ever played the game. He
But
won
the-
2 as a coach. He won 2 as a player
he's
coach.
the greatest
2.
winner. I'm not dissing that. I'm not dissing Bill Russell. But it's not. I think that's lying when I think it's disingenuous when you say someone's better, and people do it all the time. But then if you were playing a real game, you wouldn't take him. So I would take Shaq over every center, even though Kareem.
Not Hakeem. I wouldn't take him over Hakeem.
I'm not saying Bill Russell's better than Hakeem.
Okay.
I'm saying Bill Russell the greatest winner. If I want to win the game, I know if I got Bill Russell as my center, I got a good chance of winning because the man is the greatest winner.
Well, then do me a favor. Can you
play the game?
Who's your top 5 guys that you would, if you the top 5 centers, if you had to play the game, who would you take? My bad. I phrased the question incorrectly. That's my bad.
You said my top 5 centers?
Top 5 centers. If you
Shaq is in my top 5 for sure.
You had to play the actual game. We're playing the game.
Yeah, Shaq's in my top 5.
Bill Russell,
now,
Will Chamberlain, Shaq,
oh yeah, definitely will. Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Kareem
Got
Abdul-Jabbar.
Hakeem in there.
Who?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
There you go. You got to put him in there.
How about you?
I say probably Bill, Wilt, Hakeem, Kareem, and Shaq.
Give me, if I have to win a game, and we're starting, let's say, like in a few months, give me. Well, so when I was asking you, I'm talking about peak for everybody. So I'm taking, for me, I'm sorry, I just can't, the dominant, I can't get over it. And I can't get over it. To me, I know Kareem has more points, but I'm taking Shaq 1. I'm taking him. Then I'm taking Kareem, unstoppable shot. I understand how he definitely has a GOAT case, no question about it.
Definitely.
All time, but I'm taking Shaq and Kareem. So, he's from Philly. His stats are so crazy. I would take him because I want to see what he could do in all periods. I'd like to see him like in a newer period. So I would just take him off that. So I want to see what he would do. I'm taking Olajuwon.
There you go.
And look, I don't need a long time to wait. And I am taking Wemby. Wemby is my 5th dude. Those are the 5 centers that I'm playing.
That's cool. That's cool.
So let's take it over to Shannon Sharp. Where is he among NFL tight ends?
He's up there. He could be top 5 or top 10.
Career or player?
Career.
Okay, career. Okay.
He definitely
as a tight end, like Where do you rank him like right now?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Because like, I guess I think Gronkowski's better than him, but like Shannon Sharp had a better career, right?
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
take
so.
Shannon
Yeah.
at. I'm gonna take him in like Shannon in my top 10. I think I'm gonna take him either 5 or 6.
Well, can you guys name him? Because I'm trying to do Tony Gonzalez.
It's a very good tight end. For the longest time, the greatest tight end was uh, Ozzie Newsome. And then came Shannon
You
Sharp and
got
Big Coach.
Gronkowski.
And then
Yep.
came Tony Gonzalez and Antonio
Yep.
Gates.
Yep.
And
Oh,
then
let's not forget about Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson was a beast.
he
He
Oh
was,
was,
yeah.
but he don't have the stats of those guys.
right, he doesn't, but he was a monster in the Eagles and even in Green Bay when Keith Jackson catching the ball out of the backfield. I know he doesn't have he isn't known to be like among the greatest, but I think because his career ended, or I don't know if his career ended early, but he was good. But he was a catching tight end. Tony Gonzalez.
So I guess
The Charger guy.
let me phrase. Who are your top 5 tight ends of all time? It was just
It's hard. I mean, I put Gronk in there.
Yep, definitely.
Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez.
Yep.
Is Antonio Gates there?
it's up to you. It's your list. I mean,
No, I'm trying. I didn't see him play a whole bunch, so I mean.
oh yeah, he up there, absolutely.
Okay.
For the Hall of Fame in a few years, absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll go Antonio Gates. Obviously Kelsey.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kelsey. Yeah.
Kelsey's there now.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp's 5, 6. Did I miss anybody? Did we miss anybody? Now, don't get me wrong, he didn't play long enough. Jeremy Shockey was good, but he fell off because he got injured. But he would have been up there.
Yeah, I think to me the 5 greatest tight ends I've seen play. I was gonna say the 5 greatest tight ends I've seen play was I'm gonna go with Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Shannon Sharp, Travis Kelsey, and the 5th is Big Coates because he was good for a long time.
Who?
Big Coates.
Up in New England?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good list. So now we're gonna go to the main event, the weekly NBA playoff thoughts, and we're gonna start yesterday where it took Boston long. Go ahead, Jay.
Who won the game? Before we start this, who won the game? Because I don't have the game on right now.
The Timberwolves blew out the Nuggets 115 to 70. We'll be game 7 on Sunday.
I knew this series was going to be tough.
And game 7, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm taking Denver.
I was gonna say hold on. Because I was gonna start with Boston knocking out Cleveland. I was gonna ask you what do the Cavs need to become a better team?
We expected that.
Well, I picked Cleveland, but I didn't know what's his name wasn't going to play. Donovan Mitchell wasn't going to play.
He didn't play. Jared Allen didn't play.
And I'm not
saying else was out too.
But I picked them. I'm just saying. I could have definitely been wrong. Trust me, I'm not saying it's definite. I just picked them because Boston sometimes, screws the bed. So, but how can they change their team? I think it's time to, they trade not Donovan Mitchell. They get Donovan Mitchell to stay, but they trade Garland. See what they can get for him. Get some good guys. Bring in, have some just fresh stuff. Not that Garland's terrible, but just bring in something fresh and hopefully you can re-sign Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't sign the extension, get rid of him. Trade. If he doesn't sign the extension, trade him right away. Trade him right away, and then get some stuff back and go from there. Maybe if he doesn't sign the extension, maybe just ship him out and get a whole bunch of good guys. Get at least maybe 2 or 3 good guys, solid guys. Because who could use Donovan Mitchell? What team? Donovan Mitchell. I wouldn't mind seeing if they traded some young players from San Antonio. I'm not saying the money fits. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. And you put Donovan Mitchell and Wembanyama play together. Someone who's actually smart enough to give Wembanyama the ball over and over and over and over and over again. So Cleveland needs to do something like that. They need to get some good young guys back, and they need to trade one of their backcourt. So if Donovan Mitchell doesn't sign the extension, they should trade him. They should trade him. If not, if he does sign the extension, then they should trade I think it's Garland and see what they can get back from one of those other young teams, and get some good young players and move forward.
Yeah, so I think it starts, of course, with Donovan Mitchell. If he doesn't sign the extension, like you said, trade him, and if he does, you build around him. I'm looking at the front court. Like Evan Mobley's good, Jared Allen's good, but the two of them together just don't mix. So one of them two has to go, and the organization has to decide which the two is going to be traded.
Oh, definitely trade Allen. Not Allen.
Mobley.
No, not Mobley. Mobley's younger, has more upside at this point. And I think having the other big guy there. Why am I forgetting his name as well as I know him? Who is he?
Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen. I'm sorry that I can't remember his name. I think that's just holding Mobley back a little bit. Not that, so I would give it. Yeah, he's another trade. There you go. They could also trade him. I forgot about that. But go ahead. I'm sorry, G. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, and also as well, they probably gonna need, like I said, Darius Garland. Like he runs the offense well, but he doesn't really score enough. So they might need like some more score punch in the backcourt. So I'm gonna say that as well. Max Strus, they paid him all this money. He kind of underperformed. Marcus Morris really kind of stepped up more than he did. So that's not a good thing. So they might want to look at something there.
He didn't do much for us, Marcus Morris. We had him in Philly for a while, and he's from Philly. He didn't do much for us, unfortunately.
Well, when I seen him, he still did more than Tobias Harris to me.
You said he did more than Tobias Harris with us?
All Tobias do to me is just cash checks to be out there and just shoot a shot every now and then, run up and down the court. That's all he do.
Well, this year he definitely, ended the year disappointing. Historically, I've liked Tobias Harris as a third option, but I think it's time to move on. I don't totally. Yeah. I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, he's not really playing. He just overpaid.
How many is his contract up, or does he have one?
Yeah, I think it's up. So yeah.
Wait. So there must be 1 year because then they would have traded him before. They would have they let him just play out the year.
I think they did.
Oh, I guess, and just let him go into free agency?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at the list of the top free agents, and Tobias Harris is on there. Yeah, so let's switch it over to Boston. It's a little concerning that they did sweep the Heat and the Cavs, and they played both for 5. Should Boston, feel like more of a dominant team, trying to win a championship rather than doing these two gentleman sweeps?
Honestly, they lost Porzingis and Tatum's hurt, so they're doing what they have to do. Let's see what they do when they get to the finals. I think they're just doing what they have to do. And I'm certainly not a Boston fan. I don't like Boston. I can't stand Boston. I love Jay Brown, though. Jay Brown is my dude. I love that. That's my man. But Boston itself, I can't stand Boston. No, I just think, like I said, they're doing what they need to do. And Tatum is just, he's having pretty good numbers. I don't know how efficient he's being, but he's just injured, and they don't have Porzingis. They're getting used to that. They're running other stuff. There's no one in the East. I don't think they can stop them. It would be a big disappointment if Boston doesn't get to the finals this year. They're never getting to the finals. If they can't beat the teams they have in front of them and all the injuries that happened, and Embiid got hurt. Like if Embiid played the whole year, we wouldn't have lost to them. Halliburton's injured. I bet you the Knicks win this series. Halliburton's injured. And then Boston's playing Cleveland, and although I picked Cleveland to win, I picked Cleveland to win because I think Boston was just going to mess up, not because Cleveland's a better team than Boston.
Yeah.
So I think Boston's doing what they have to do. They're doing what they have to do. And if they make it to the finals and Tatum and Jay Brown play good, then he'll be one of the faces of the NBA most likely. And but hopefully the Boston loses. So.
Well, what the thing is, I'm gonna be honest. Like I saw the Celtics get into the finals, but I don't think they're gonna win the finals because it's a point that Gerald Barber the question, should we be concerned? In a way, yes, because we go back to 2022, even though that's a different team. But a lot of people, if I remember, they pick the Celtics to beat the Warriors. And me and my uncle was talking about that series. And he was asking me, he was like, well, how did the Warriors beat them? I said, well, because Boston have stretches where they become a bonehead team. Where, they do either shoot too many threes or they stop going to what was working. They give so much they just be careless with the basketball. So that being said, I know I'm jumping ahead here. I expected the Celtics to beat the Cavs. Now sweep them. I picked them in 5 regardless. But the Knicks, let's say for instance the Knicks come out of that series against the Pacers, which I picked the Knicks to come out of that series. They can make things interesting for Boston. I still pick Boston to beat them, but I think that the Knicks can push them past 5 games. I can see it happening.
I agree with you 100%. The Celtics start taking bad shots. I don't know why Jason Tatum thinks that a step back three to your strong hand down the stretch and in the clutch is a good shot. Like if you guard Jason Tatum and he shoots a step back to his strong hand three, you won. You won. If you're playing D and you do it, like I'm not saying people can't make it, but if you're playing good D and you make someone in the clutch take a step back three to their strong hand, you won. That's good D. And then Tatum, Celtics, they live and die, like you said. You said it already. They live and die by the three, and Tatum lives and dies by the three. I can understand why you think that would be trouble for sure.
Okay, so last question on the Celtics. Do they miss the coach of Ime Udoka? I know that Joe Mazzulla is a good coach, but do they miss Ime's coaching and leadership?
Well,
I think so because
yeah.
I think that if he stayed, I think they would play better defense. I'm not saying they didn't play good defense this year, but it would over that time they would play better defense. And they all really liked him. And I also think that Jason Tatum would shoot just a little bit more middies, and not all. They'd still shoot a bunch of threes, but they wouldn't shoot quite as many.
Yeah.
Not that you can't win with threes. I understand the strategy. So people just say that. So that's a talk. So I don't like to talk narrative. So everybody who comes on any type of sports talk will say, yeah, the Celtics, they're not going to win because they shoot too many threes. So I get why the Celtics do that. So if you guys ever go to LA Fitness or whatever, or you go to Export Fitness and you play, you will see that it is a good strategy to push people off the 3-point line and shoot a bunch of threes. Because or in that case, they would be twos. Because you're just getting up more shots and you're pushing them off. So I understand the strategy. 3 works more than 2. And believe it or not, obviously the NBA game is way different than some game and way different than some game and thing. But if you push people off threes and the people who are just bombing threes, honestly, even sometimes when you're a better team, they end up winning. So I understand what Boston is thinking. So it's not like a stupid thought, and I know other NBA teams would probably have done it, but sometimes down the clutch, when you're closing out quarters, when you're closing out halves, when you're closing out the game, a midi is much better, like Kawhi Leonard does, or like Ant Edwards was doing earlier in the series. Those middies, like obviously like Kobe and Jordan do, because those
exactly.
middies, they stop runs. But I mean, I understand where their current coach, not Ime, but what's his name again, Gerald? Mazzulla. I understand the theory of what they're thinking. I get it. It possibly can work, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the other series of the Eastern Conference where the Knicks have a 3-2 lead over the Pacers. I want to talk about the Knicks real quick because Tom Thibodeau, is a very good coach because he coached the
Yes,
Bulls here a
sir.
lot of years, so we know he's a very good coach.
Yes, sir.
But he's also been criticized for
Run
running
places
his
to the
players too
ground.
hard. Run his players too hard because in Sunday's long loss to the Pacers, we saw several Knicks blowing air, huffing and puffing for minutes because he plays a certain number of guys, a lot of guys. Then he really shorts his bench up to basically a 7, 8 man rotation. And when the Knicks
Yeah.
injured, he still like running the same guys over and over. Should Tom Thibodeau trust his bench a little bit more so he can give like guys a little more rest because I feel like he's running the team to the ground.
You know what? It's a good thing you brought that up because when he was the Bulls coach, as you know, that was one of the biggest criticisms. They had blame Tom Thibodeau for reason why Derrick Rose got hurt. Reminiscing back until that Bulls and 76ers series. You remember that one game when they was up, the Bulls up like
Hmm.
20 something, and he kept on playing
Yeah,
Derrick Rose.
yeah.
I was screaming at the television like, "Take him out! Take him out!" It's the fourth quarter. They up 20. Let them get some rest. And Tibbs didn't do it. He ended up getting hurt. You know, but yeah, there has been like a criticism. I believe since he was with the Bulls, he was the Bulls head coach. That he won't play us on the ground with during the game and do practices and stuff like that. Yeah, so I just hope that don't happen, with the Knicks, but he is a tremendous coach because, no Julius Randle. Now, if somehow, I know this is like, pushing forward, but if somehow the Knicks make it to the finals, I don't think they're going to find a way to get rid of Julius Randle.
How many minutes are they playing in the playoffs? Their top three players. What's
Well,
the
I
run?
know the Villanova connection. Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo played the most minutes. Josh Hart played a few games, all 48
Right,
minutes.
but how many?
I don't know that because Zach average, but I know that Josh Hart played a few games, all 48 minutes. He never came out.
2 games?
A few games, a few. I don't know if it was 2 or 3, but a few games he played on 48 minutes. Never came out. That's why on Sunday he was the main one, huffing and puffing, because he was out there. I was in the court all the time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So hold on. So, before I can't really answer the question because I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the roster in front of me. So what? Give me the. Can you give me the next bench?
Okay,
And how,
their benches are strong, but they are on the roster, and Thibodeau needs to use his players that he has at his disposal.
but who are? But who are? I'm just saying. I just don't know who they are. So do you know who they are? Because then I can answer the question.
Okay, let me see Tuesday's game.
Not who came off the bench, just who is on the bench. Like who's like the first. Cause I don't. I haven't watched the Knicks close enough this year at all. I know Brunson's killing right now. That I do know. I know Randall got injured.
Okay,
I know the Villanova boys are killing it right now, but I just don't know. I don't know close enough to know.
okay, so
Like Hart.
the starters are Isaiah Hartenstein, the Villanova connection of Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo, and Michael McBride. And then their bench, Precious Achua, Jericho Sims, Alec Burks, Shake Milton. Uh, they also have Mamati
I don't know, man.
Day
They might have
Kante.
to ride. They might have to ride it out with heavy minutes, bro. They might have to ride it out with
Well,
heavy minutes.
Shake
I don't know
Milton.
if they can
Wait
handle
a
that
minute.
bench in the playoffs.
Yeah, Shake Milton.
But they can.
Did he play with the same Sixers?
Yeah, Shake played with them.
Yeah, he
Shake's all
did.
right, but
Yeah.
like to put
Yeah,
him in now,
he
like
got
in the
some
middle in
game.
the play.
got
want to
the
see
But you can't
win.
improve
win.
a little bit
Yeah, Jay.
because he's a good
You can't win
player.
a championship if you play as a tired. If you play as a tired, you can't win a championship. They need rest. They need rest. They can't
This
play
ain't
No, I
all the
think
NBA
I think
time.
they
2K.
do need
Hey,
rest.
hey, 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 hey,
But in
hey,
this
Gerald,
particular
look.
case, I don't see any. So tell me what I don't see any
This,
of these guys. Okay, let's go through it because I don't see shit coming off. But I didn't watch the Knicks play all year, so I don't know. Burks, I know, is come off now. He's in the rotation. So Burks, he's their 3-point shooter now, even though he's not like even a great 3-point shooter, but I forget what his percentage is, but whatever. Alex Burks was on the Sixers too. And
yeah.
nothing wrong with his game, but like, it's not like I don't know, man. That's a
Okay.
ooh.
So with their starters, I would say he can use a 9-man rotation with the starters, Precious Achua, Alec Burks, Shake Milton, and he gonna have to trust Jericho Sims to play more. I
Yeah.
know Sims ain't
I
the
don't know
same
Jericho
player,
Sims'
but
game
he
like
got to play
that.
more
Tell me
too.
about Jericho. What's Jericho Sims' game like? What's he do? Because I don't know his game like that at all.
He's a big. He's a big. He's a big. He can out there just give you minutes, kind of slow down Miles Turner. That's it. That's all they can do, just to slow down Miles Turner a little bit. Give him a
But,
little
Oh,
but
he's
they
the
room
guy
need,
who
to
gets
sit
a,
yeah, they
down.
gets
need
a
that.
dunk
Yeah.
every once in a while. Gets a dunk every once in a while. Looks pretty athletic, but really isn't all that good as
Yes.
a center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Because
know what
they
you're
injured.
saying,
I mean, of
Gerald.
course, Julius is out. OG Lively just went out.
Oh man.
What's his name? Just was out early in the playoffs. Bogdanovich. So they really injured, but I know. But Tia's gonna use his bench. He can't just use the same guys time out. I try to get the
Right,
Boston. They
right.
do play Indiana. They're gonna be too tired to do anything.
Right. You know, just like I say, you know, this ain't NBA 2K where you got the unlimited stamina bar, where you turn the stamina
Yeah,
bar off.
yeah. So let's go on to
I think they're screwed
Indiana.
either way.
Go
I think they're screwed either
ahead,
way.
go ahead, Jay.
I think they're screwed either way. Like I mean, yeah, they can go to their bench because to get the guys some rest. But I mean, I just don't. I mean, yeah, fine, go to the bench, get rest. But I don't think that those guys. I mean, fine, maybe they get them made. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, definitely against Boston, I don't think that that's going to help.
Yeah. They say probably be too tired.
Sitting
Just
them,
too
like
tired to do
playing them, I don't
anything.
think it's going to help.
Yeah,
But keeping them out there and playing is not going to help. You're right; they are going to be tired. I mean, but it seems like between like you're a basketball player, and don't get me wrong, I know you played a lot of games. You are psyched. You want to play. You never want to come out of the game. I mean, I don't. I know you get tired, but like, and it's the playoffs. But maybe their body's just tired, and they I don't know, it's tough. But
That
yeah,
wears on you, though. You know, after doing that so many games, that wears on you.
exactly. You play every other day, so it's tough.
Yeah,
So let's go on to Indiana. They can score the ball, but they don't play much defense,
that's
and
the
that's gonna be
problem
the
with them.
undoing.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm looking at their bench. I mean, they got T.J. McConnell and Obi Toppin. That's their main contributors off the bench. But they need more support for their bench. I mean, they got Doug McDermott. They don't play him much. James Johnson, who I know is tough, but he don't play.
I don't. I would just be lying to you. I've not caught. I've caught some Knicks stuff, but even when I saw a little bit of them in the mid-season tournament, and I
Mm-hmm.
know, but over on the playoffs, I haven't caught much of this series, and I don't know much on it. I mean, I know who the players on their team are.
Yeah,
But,
I'm an early bird, so I watch more the east than the west anyway. So I know that Indiana can
Mm.
score but lacks defense. They
so do
need more
you
of a
guys think?
bench too.
Do you think Indiana's going to come back and win the series?
I think they'll win game 6 but lose to the Knicks in 7.
Yeah. That's what I had. They will lose to Knicks in 7. Yep.
And I think they'll come back next year better when they make reinforcements to their roster.
But it's just like the way the Knicks and Pacers been. You know, it's been like all about the home court advantage.
What
Yeah,
can
that's them too. Yeah.
what do the Pacers look like contract wise, and what can they bring in?
I don't know their salary cap exactly, but I do know with the GM could always make trades, so That's
So
what they do.
who's eligible for free agency? Like who's gone? Do you know that?
No, I don't know, but they're gonna make changes anyway because they need defense. They need defense. They need more bench support. So change is coming anyway for them.
Do you want to move Do you want to move Halliburton to the 2?
No, he's fine at the point guard.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't wouldn't make any sense for him too because he's not.
Yeah.
But they're not. But he's not great in the half court. What do you think? Do you think they can improve his game in the half court so that they can like run offense?
What they do, they need upgrades. I think at shoot guard and small forward.
Yeah.
Aaron D. Smith, Andrew Nembhard. I guess they're good, but they probably should be starters. One or two could just come off the bench, and they can try to upgrade that position. Because they're fine at center and power forward with Turner and Siakam.
Yeah,
But they
Siakam
need,
do the thing.
they need
Yeah.
to upgrade at the small forward and shoot guard and they bench.
What do you guys think of Siakam's game? Like, how good do you think he is?
I think he's solid. As
Pascal
far as like,
Siakam, yeah. Siakam's not a number one, but he's a strong number two.
yeah, he's solid.
So he put that Toronto when he backed up Kawhi for the championship. So I think with Indiana, Halliburton's your franchise player, so Siakam be your number two.
Right, and you know Siakam, you know he's a pretty good defender too.
You think you can win a championship with Siakam as your second guy?
Well, he already
Toronto,
won
they did.
Kawhi.
Toronto was number two. Kawhi number one, him number two.
Yeah, he won with Kawhi.
That's not. But no.
Yes,
no, because you can argue that it's Kyle Lowry is his number two.
Kyle Lowry was the point guard, the leader of the team, but the number two, the second option was Pascal Siakam.
He hit big shots. I don't know. So,
he did, but Siakam was his second option. Kawhi was number one, Siakam number two.
What year was Siakam? And then was that his second year?
That was 2019.
Whatever year it was, but he was the second option.
If it was his first, there's no way. No, Kyle Lowry was the second option.
Kyle Lowry was the point guard leader, but Siakam was the second option.
Nah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I
check back to the game.
I'm wrong. I don't know for definitely for sure.
Kawhi took the most shots.
Kyle Lowry is the second guy on that team.
Kawhi took the most shots. Siakam took the second most shots.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Siakam did take them the second most shots.
But what was their efficiency? I have to say that's just stat watching. I have to see how it happened,
And then Siakam. I think Siakam was one of their best defenders too. You know, other than Kawhi.
Kyle Lowry is a really good defender. He is a really good defender. He's from Philly.
At that point,
college and in high school.
Yeah, but at that point, Jay, Larry was on the downswing, so he was just the point guard.
Yeah.
He was a emotional leader at point guard.
Championship, he was on the downswing.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Yes.
So wait. So when you say downswing, was he okay? He wasn't his peak. Was he out of his prime?
He was out of his peak, but he was still producing.
No.
Yeah.
But was he still in his prime?
No.
I wouldn't say that either. He was at the downswing. He wasn't doing much as he used to. He produced. They won a championship. He did produce, but it was
So
let's say Siakam was the second option. So for sake of argument, I agree with you. Siakam second option. Who do you also think Siakam was the second best player?
Yes.
Nah, no.
No.
What
was it?
Siakam may have been the second option. I don't know because you definitely could be right. I'm not saying I definitely know. But the second best player at the time, still on that team, was Kyle Lowry. Regardless of whether even if Siakam was the second option offensively. Because basketball is more than scoring. It's defense. You know, it's
Siakam was doing that too. He was defending. He was defending.
Playmaking.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I have to go back and look. I could be wrong.
I know it's 5 years.
Yeah.
It was Kawhi. It was Kawhi.
Look, I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna go back and I'll look. I'll try to find more than highlights.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry was.
And I'll come back
I I say Kyle Lowry was their fourth best player because it was
He had
Kawhi,
Ibaka. He had Serge on
Siakam,
that team too.
Marc Gasol, and Kyle
Yeah.
Lowry, and Serge Ibaka. That was their best 5 players on that team.
Yeah.
And then their
But
backup, Fred VanVleet, was also a producer too.
Yeah, Van Beek came in.
exactly. You know,
But they played together a lot though, down the stretch.
Yeah, they did.
and some of that chemistry actually carried over from when DeMar DeRozan was there. They already had some of that chemistry.
Yeah.
It just Kawhi one of them type of players that he can go anywhere and just fit in. Because like he's like he played off the ball more time than not. You know what I'm saying? He don't always need the ball to be effective.
Right. Because he can play make both from the offensive end and defensive end, getting steals, blocking a shot, starting to break just himself, or blocking a shot against the board, outletting it and going out, and then coming back and being the last guy down court and just stepping into a three after they've been down there, bang, getting in Kawhi's game. So I wish he wasn't injured as much because he really
I agree with
he really
you.
would have done so much more even.
I was of belief that Kawhi should have had stayed in Toronto because they had the perfect team around him. They could have contended for championships year after year, but he wanted to return to LA, go to Clippers, and see how they ended up.
Kawhi because he knew they should have lost to us anyway. He knew he traveled on that shot against the Sixers. He knew he traveled, so he was like, "Nah."
Oh, man, you talking the game winning shot out of
Oh man.
You talking the game winning shot? The ball bounced around the rim.
Yeah. Shot that was meant to beat. Shot that was meant to beat.
He did though. Go look at it. Go look at it.
Oh man.
Hey, look, he was being hounded by if I remember that play right, he's been hounded by Jordan B and Jimmy Butler. He's been hounded.
Yeah.
Right, and what made it worse, the way it hit, it made it look like it was gonna miss.
Yeah.
But it just rolled.
Yeah.
Like, that shot broke Sexton's heart, man. I knew that shot broke his heart.
B didn't start crying. He didn't stop crying. But yes. So we both got the
You know why he was crying though?
Huh?
You know why he was crying though, right?
They lost the game on that shot.
He knew the future. He knew the future of the Sixers. He knew it was like, we're fucked. We didn't want to rap.
Yeah.
He knew what was going. He knew Mitch was going to go crazy.
They had a great chance to go to the finals that year too.
So we should be running the East right now. The Sixers should be dominating the East right.
I wouldn't say dominating, but in the mix.
Embiid.
At least be in the Eastern Conference Finals, like at least be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
So let me ask you this: if Mitch doesn't get injured and just plays, but never gets better, stays exactly as the last time we saw him when he was good. Embiid doesn't get injured. We still have Matt. Well, let's say we don't even get Maxey. I don't care whether you want to do it with Tobias or you want to do it with Butler. I don't care which way we go. We run the East right now. If Embiid is never injured, and Mitch Simmons just was normal. Like,
Ben Simmons had to prove eventually. He had to prove eventually for Philadelphia to go somewhere. He couldn't just not be the same player he was. He had to prove. He had to at least take a shot. Had to at least span his range. He couldn't just be the same guy.
I agree. He had to shoot a jump. I agree. He had to at least shoot a jump shot from the nail. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just like a little tiny one.
Yeah.
Kobe told him. Kobe told him if you had a jump shot, you would dominate the league. And he took that to heart.
Yeah.
I don't know how do the how when the greatest tell you just get a jump shot, you would be okay. He didn't take it to heart. But anyway.
But we should look at that too, Joe. When they at one point could compare him to LeBron, but see the difference between LeBron and Ben Simmons. LeBron improved his jump shot. LeBron improved it.
Yeah, I never saw the Ben Simmons. I'd rather have a guy that that would take a shot, he didn't like rather the guy who just never took a shot. I'd rather have a guy like, say, for example, Ricky Davis. I'm thinking of gutters, guys who just
Like
shoot
a
the
Ricky,
ball up
you
and up.
have a Ricky Davis
Yeah.
over
Ben
Mitch
Simmons,
Simmons.
yes, because Ben Simmons never took a shot. Ricky Davis
You
at
too
least shoot the
scared.
ball. Ricky Davis at least shoot the ball. Yes, I'm taking Ricky Davis over here.
Ricky Davis doesn't know how to play. Ricky Davis can hoop. He's a very, 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 very,
Yes.
very good player. He is a hooper. No disrespect,
Yes.
Ricky Davis. But Ricky Davis's basketball IQ based on the NBA
Yes, Ricky
doesn't
Davis
seem
is
top of the line.
Ricky Davis is a knucklehead. Yes, he is. But the man at least shot the ball. He at least shot the ball. He at least act like he wanted to win. Ben Simmons act like he didn't want to
He just
win.
has some heart. He just has some heart.
No,
Yes.
don't be wrong. I agree. When you're talking about
Yeah.
attitude, don't be wrong. I can't stand Mitch. I don't even call him by his name. I call him Mitch. That's all I call him. I don't even call him by his name. It's hard. I can't stand that dude. I
Yeah.
can't stand him. I have like that dude has problems. I call him Mitch Simmons. It will always be Mitch Simmons.
Yeah.
But he could play like when he was good. He played. I mean, well, I said his defense was very, very good, and he
Yes.
he could
Yep.
he's a two-way player. If he just got that, I mean, I would still take him. I would rather have Mitch at his best, even though he is a Mitch. I would rather take him at his best over Ricky Davis any day, any night.
They got our opinion. I'll take a guy that thinks that he's the man, rather the guy that's just out there.
It's all about mentality.
stealing money.
But Mitch played
Stealing money.
winning basketball overall. Like he had the team. Ricky Davis didn't. Well, maybe he was in Cleveland. I'm not saying he could never play. Maybe he just never had a
Yes, I know.
chance to play winning basketball.
Yeah.
Ricky Davis,
He
you know.
basketball. He didn't
Yeah.
see it. But maybe he does. Ricky Davis. If you ever see this, Ricky Davis, my bad. Maybe you just didn't have good teams and good coaches. My fault. But it just doesn't seem. And I will say this: I'm arguing a narrative now. My bad, Ricky Davis. Because I'm actually doing something that I can't stand. I have a narrative of you, Ricky Davis, as not a super IQ. So I could be wrong. Again, I have to go back and look and see. And maybe, like I said, again, he didn't have good teams and good coaches. So, but I'd still, but regardless, even if he did have good teams and good coaches, I'll take Mitch over him.
Okay.
Well, you know, it's fair. You know, but one thing I say about Ben Simmons, let's go back to that Hawks series. He had a wide open shot, and he passed out of it underneath the basket, and he passed out of it.
Apparently, you don't like me. You feel some type of way about me because
no. Ain't
no,
because
you want to rub that in and stomp on my face.
Why say this?
I appreciate that, man. It hurts.
I gave up on Ben
You
Simmons.
win.
I gave up on Ben Simmons when he was underneath the rim. The other guy said she hit the rim was Trey Young. He didn't dunk it. He passed it. I was like,
that's what I was talking about.
This guy, he don't have it. He don't have it.
That's what I was talking about.
He don't have it.
I'm not defending.
That's not.
I'm not trying to defend him. I'm never going to defend him. So.
You're
right. I agree with that 100%.
That's not. They got nothing to do with skills. You know, that got to do with mentality.
Heart and desire, which he don't have.
Yeah.
I believe Ricky Davis has some, unlike him. But yeah, so basically, so we got Boston Knicks in the East Finals prediction.
Wait, hold on. Let me say this, Gerald. I'm not saying that Davis isn't like as good a player. I'm just saying like, I guess the way
he has desire. He has desire. But he has no desire.
But right, I agree with you. But I'm saying I think it would result in more wins as a franchise. Unfortunately, with a guy, well, not with a guy who plays when he was playing that small time when Mitch was playing, not all that other stuff. That's insane. I would take that Ricky. I would take Ricky Davis over like actual Mitch Simmons. Like I would take Ricky. So I agree with you on this point. I would take Ricky Davis over actual Mitch Simmons. But if we just got Mitch Simmons from in that small sample size when he actually played, I would take that version over Ricky Davis. But not overall. I would take Ricky Davis because I can't stand you know who.
All right. So let's go to the West. Last night, Dallas beat OKC to go up 3-2. they got a chance to close out on Saturday. So, what have you noticed so far from the Mavs Thunder series?
Well, what I'm gonna say is, Kyrie is playing defense. At least he getting the effort on the end. I had talked to my boy about that the other day. Talked to T Bone, and he was saying like, well, Kyrie got to do more than just 9 to 10 points. But I was explaining to him like, when you give an effort on defense, it takes away from some of your scoring. You know what I'm saying? So, people don't realize it's actually hard to be a two-way player. Being a two-way player is not easy. And you don't have a lot of them in the game today. So the fact that Kyrie at least showing effort on the defensive end, and take away from a little bit of his scoring, to me that make a little difference. And Luka is being Luka, and all the role players around him are coming along with them. And what's supposed in the series too, Shea doing this thing, but it's still showing like the youth and inexperience of the OKC team, when it comes to certain moments of the game.
So, if they lose this series, OKC, should they go get Kevin Durant?
I'd like to see it.
Oh,
They don't.
go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, yeah, I'd like to see it if they don't have to give up too much. Like I'd like to see him come home, and I don't have any beef with KD. It kind of sucks. I would like to. I wish I want him to win on a team that isn't Golden State, so they can have his rightful place in his bed. He messed up by going. I mean, I'm not like angry that he went to Golden State. He can do whatever the heck he wants to do. I was never angry with him, but like it's hard for us to like figure out how good he is. It just is. We know he's good. Like it's like I would say if I saw Kevin Durant, I would say, Kevin, look, I'm not dissing you. Like I don't hate you. It's just hard for me to figure out how good you are compared to other good players. Not saying you're not good regardless. If you don't play, you played on a team that already won the championship without you, and they were already pretty dominant. They had Curry, so it's hard to judge. So I'd like to see him win. I want him to win. I'd like to see him go to OKC.
That's a fair point.
Put in work and win a championship and have his rightful place in history.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You're not alone with that assessment. I think a lot of people feel that way. I made a post about that probably a week ago. I said we get on LeBron about his leadership. We didn't start getting on Kevin Durant by his leadership as well. Because we have been keeping receipts that Kevin Durant haven't won nothing without Golden State.
Yeah, well, I say this right here. He's at least won a championship. There's a lot of guys they won none. He has two. A lot of guys don't have none. So I give
that's a good point as well. Yeah,
I still believe he made the right choice.
Championship makes you better? How does that affect your guys' ranking when you rank players? Like how many championships they have?
It does.
It helps, but it's not the end all be all. See, to me, a championship validates your career. To me, makes your career to be worth it. And to me, like when you're playing with Russell Westbrook, and in his mind, he's thinking that he's the man, but the Thunder should be about KD. I mean, of course, Russ should help, but KD is the main man. Russ should be trying to get KD the ball as often as possible, rather than trying to set up his own shot. So KD got side of that, and I don't blame him. With the Warriors, playing offense, that's about the team. That's about serving the whole team. That's led them to winning championships. They would have won more, but him and Draymond had that big dispute in LA against the Clippers, kind of ruined the whole thing.
Man,
but
they would have won forever, man.
They would have been up there.
Now. They could have KD. They could have KD there right now.
Yeah, they would have been up there. I think they should do that. So I guess with this series here against the Mavs, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, a lot of folks, Shaq included, who think he should have won MVP. So he needs to step up and prove that he is the guy that was robbed MVP. Step up these next two games and show the world. Because to me, Luka Doncic is shown to be the best player in this series because Luka's good. Kyrie doing his thing. Also, PJ Washington, he's proven to be more than Great, great.
What's Luca's defense looking like in this? I haven't seen much of this series. What's it looking like?
I'm
Is he
not
getting
gonna
that?
play much defense, but on offense, he's just a master at things. He
Oh
just makes it
yeah.
happen. PJ Washington has stepped up. I mean, he's proven to be more than uh, Britts' baby daddy. He's actually stepping up to be actually a big player. They got the good center combination with Gafford and Lively. Tim Hardaway Jr. is producing, so they're
Right.
doing their thing.
Yeah.
The only thing bad is the injury to Maxi Cleveland. That's the only thing bad, but even that, without they still winning. So
Mm-hmm.
I give credit to Jason Kidd, for that. So the Thunder coach Mike Dinnigo, the coach of the year, has to reach the rotation up more because if they'll get it done on Saturday, they out of
It's
here.
over. Yeah, it's lights out. It's lights out.
Didn't they start? They took Giddy out of the starting lineup and they put in what's his name? They brought the other dude off the bench, but he didn't really do much. I forget his name. He started and replaced, and they ended up losing last game. And really didn't do much. Why am I forgetting his name? What's the backup point guard?
You talking about Dort? Is his name
No,
Dort?
no, the guy who it wasn't Dort. If he said his name, I would get it. I forget. I can't.
Okay, let me see. So they started lineup was Holmgren, the good Jalen Williams. I know it's two Jalen Williams on the Thunder. They got the good one.
Yeah.
Shea Gildas Alexander, Isaiah Joe, and Lou Dort.
Isaiah Joe started.
There you go.
Yeah, Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort. Yeah. The bench is the other Jalen Williams, Andrew Wiggins, Josh Giddey, and Casey Wallace. They don't play a lot of guys. One of them guys they don't play is they don't play Gordon Hayward, Bismack Biyombo, and Mike Muscala. Those three well-known guys they don't play.
I don't know. I'm
And they might
excited to
need to,
see.
but
This is a good series. I'm excited to see what if Luca and Kyrie can close it out, and then let's see. I want to see if Luca and
I
I'm
think
not
they
sure
will
what.
on Saturday.
Would you rather, go ahead. What you say?
I think they will. I think they will on Saturday. They will close out on Saturday.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get through and see what they can do against Denver or Minnesota here.
Yes, so let's get to that. So the Timberwolves blew out the Nuggets tonight, 115-70. It will be game 7 on Sunday. It's gonna be
Yeah.
game 1, the end all be all. What are your thoughts on the series and who you have winning on Sunday?
Woo!
Well, I had before the series I had Denver in 7. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm just gonna say Denver in 7. Now my thoughts on the series is, well, for one, Rudy Gobert is, not the defensive player that, the 4-time defensive player that he was deemed to be. You know,
But it wasn't
he
one for the
played,
fourth time. You can't take it
man.
from him.
Man, to compare him to like Ben Wallace and all the people that won 4 times, to White Howard, I don't think he's a better defender than him. It's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
so what do you
the
think? What do you think those guys would do against Jokic?
Well, for one, they would be more physical with him.
Well,
they'll
give
be
me
tough.
go one. Give me what would Ben Wallace do against Jokic?
Well, Ben Wallace is strong. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give you some a flashback of history, and you remember this back in 2004. Okay, in the NBA Finals when he played against Shaq, he did a good job on Shaq. And Shaq is what 300 some plus pounds, and Ben Wallace is like what about around 250. I don't remember his weight, but like 250 ish, 260. He would,
Yeah, you could. I'll say this: you could put Ben Wallace at least on him because you could have Rasheed Wallace there at the hoop to kind of fade off Gordon. He can be a rim protector, but can Ben Wallace slide his feet enough? Well, first, Ben Wallace is 6'9", but he's very strong. Can he move his feet enough to stay in front? I don't know. I'm not saying he can. I would have to.
Well, I think he'll been better. I think he'll been a little bit better than Gobert as far as like with the physicality part because Gobert, not to take nothing away from him, but he seemed like more of a finesse guy to me. In the way he played defense and the way he played basketball, it seemed more like a finesse guy to me. And Ben Wallace, or he would have been more aggressive. Even Dwight Howard,
Right. But
the Dwight Howard would have been more aggressive. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying like Joker wouldn't have scored. He would got some numbers. He would got some points against them. Ben Wallace and Dwight Howard, but they'll put a better effort than Rudy Gobert.
do you think you would have a Dwight Howard guarding Jokic, because then then you had no rim protection. So if you were Orlando and you were playing against Denver and you had Dwight come up and play Jokic in the higher mid post, he would turn, and the only people you would have at the basket would be Rashard Lewis and Turkoglu. They would get this. That would be very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because you'd have no rim protection because Dwight Howard's guarding. You know what I mean?
But Dwight Howard was athletic. He was able to keep up. He at least be able to keep up with him on foot speed. He needs to be able to, you got to go back. Okay, I give you an instance. Okay, I give you an example. You have to go back to the Lakers in 2020. One of the reasons why the Lakers was able to beat Denver, I ain't gonna say it ain't had nothing to do with LeBron was doing. LeBron did the LeBron things. Ain't everything in the bubble, but the difference was they had Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. They had some other big man to kind of fluster the Joker.
Do you believe that is? Certainly, I'll say that is prime Joker. Do you believe that is peak Joker?
Joker still was good though. If
he was good, don't get wrong, but he wasn't as good as he is now. He's way better now. Way.
You think
better.
so?
He's evolved more. Yes, he has. He's evolved more now than he has during the bubble.
I mean,
you got to remember, they were down 3-1 to the Clippers. The Clippers should have closed them out. The Clippers lost focus and said they were to go home. So that's what happened. That's the reason they played the Lakers. Should have been Lakers to Clippers in that West Conference Finals finally, but the Clippers just gave up.
Yeah. But I still think, even the Joker now, if you had you had the two combo bigs, like a physical Dwight Howard, and another big, that has shown that they can slow down Joker a little bit. That shows that they can, they have shown they can slow down Joker a little bit when you got that combination.
Well, yeah. Now, if you give me a peak or even prime Dwight Howard with another rim protector with him, sure. I mean, whatever rim protector you want to make, sure, so that he can either be the rim protector or guard Jokic, sure, that's different. On that Orlando team, they have no other guy to bring in. Like I said, it's Rashard Lewis and Turkoglu, and there might be some other big man, but they have no one to do it.
Well, they had to go back up because they had
Big
Gortat.
Yeah, Gortat. Yeah. The big
they had to go back up center.
Yeah, I remember him.
So you think you can run? So you think you can run then? So you're running Gortat or Dwight Howard at the power forward?
You run Gortat at power forward.
Yeah, exactly. And the White House stay at center. Yep.
Gortat had range. He could shoot it from 3.
So you think that do you think Gortat can stay with what's his name, slam dunk guy,
Aaron Gordon?
Yeah.
He would. I don't think he would at least slow him down with his power. At least with his strength, he would slow him down.
Yeah. Because Gortat, he has some strength too. So
Wait, slow him down. Wait, I'm slow him down like just so. Like I said, he turns. They're gonna run their action. he's gonna have an open. So you think Gortat can close out well? What I'm saying is this, I guess. You think Gortat can close out well enough without getting blown by Aaron Gordon or giving him like a wide open three?
I think you have a few fouls on Aaron Gordon, but after he gave Gordon a few fouls, Aaron Gordon would think twice about going to the hole.
Oh, do you think Aaron Gordon would be scared to try to dunk over the top of Gortat? I know Gortat's pretty good.
Gortat would get physical. Gortat would get physical with him, and then he'd make him think twice.
Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. And that's the thing people forget.
Aaron Gordon's pretty tough and strong.
Oh yeah, he is, but Gortat is stronger.
Yeah. Well, and Gerald brought up a good point. That's the thing people forget about, because people assume that, okay, I know we're going back in the past, just a little bit. Well, it's not past, it's recent. Like, people forget, like, last year when people picked the Lakers over the Denver Nuggets, I was telling people, I said, they don't have the Dwight Howard to aggravate Joker. I was telling people, I said, the Lakers not going to win that series. And I told people this year the Lakers not going to win that series because they don't have a center to aggravate Joker. And, Rudy Gobert, he's a good rim protector, but he's not the greatest I've seen in history. As far as like aggression, that's the one that's missing from Rudy Gobert is aggression. He don't have that. He don't have that type of. Well, I'm going to get physical with you. Rudy Gobert is not that type of center.
Yeah. Basically, Denver lives down by the Joker, understandably. So with Minnesota, let's get on Michael Anthony Edwards Jordan. That's what everybody's calling him now. The new Michael Jordan. Anthony Edwards, he's dominating.
What did he do tonight?
I think he did great, didn't he?
Had a monster game. I know he was scoring the first quarter, which helped put that game away.
What were his numbers? I know I hate the stat watch. I'll watch. But what's
okay? So Mr. Edwards Jordan had 27 points. He had on 4-9 for 3-pointers.
Oh, that's
8-17 for the field.
Okay,
what Cat do?
Cam was good too. He had 10 points. 10 points, 13 rebounds.
He had 10 points, you said?
Everybody, because the game's over so early. Everybody basically didn't play much. Everybody on Denver was plus. Kyle Towns was plus 25. And it was plus 43. Mike Conley plus 26. Rudy Gobert plus 30. Jeremy Gaines plus 23.
They're going to be a plus because they won. So, it's impossible. Sometimes the plus might. I didn't get the 4, but sometimes the doesn't. They're going to be there because they won by so much. Was anyone? No one's going to be minus. Even someone. There's no one on there who's minus, right? No one on the bench, correct?
The only person that was minus on Minnesota was somebody named Josh Minot. He had a -2.
How many minutes?
Oh, that's still not bad. -2.
Yeah, with Denver, everybody had negative. Aaron Gordon, -27. Michael Porter Jr., -28. Joker, -25. Jamal Murray, -32. KCP, -24.
Whew.
They only had 2 people positive on Denver. Pickett and the Giants. Everybody else negative. But so basically on Sunday, who do you have winning?
Well, I already said Denver, so this on Jay.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go. I think Denver's gonna win. Denver has experience. Denver has Jokic. Jokic is. I think one of the things that the reason I think they're winning is because Jokic. I didn't see the game tonight, but overall,
me either.
Jokic does the smart thing in terms of he has a small guy on him. He just brodies him. Hook shot. He has good post moves. Like I don't think that Rudy and not as I said he can't speak for tonight, but the game before that, I don't think he played absolutely like terrible defense. Like he was right there on a lot of stuff, but when you're coming in, Jokic is coming in and like giving them the and then coming back and fading off one leg. And he's tall himself, 6'10". I mean, even if you're tall, you have a 7'4" guy in front of you. I mean, you're fading. You gave him this, so you already gave a tiny bit, and then if he doesn't give, once you realize he's not going to give any more, then he fades off of 1 foot and he's making it. You're not going to block it. Doesn't. You could be a Hakeem Olajuwon. You're not blocking that. And if Jokic was being guarded by Hakeem Olajuwon, I'm not saying Olajuwon couldn't guard him, but because he weighs so little, Jokic wouldn't be stupid. He would try to Brody Olajuwon most likely a lot of times. Not that he could. I don't know what would happen, but because Olajuwon's just a great defender, maybe the greatest ever. But Jokic makes it very difficult. Like if you have someone tall and strong, like we mentioned earlier tonight, like if you had someone like what
he's crafty.
Yeah, he's crafty.
Joker's crafty.
He play makes. He dribbles, gets the ball off the rim. It's just hard to get. He does a smart thing, so it's very difficult. Sometimes he gets dominated. Like if he plays against Embiid when Embiid's healthy, he can't stop him defensively. But offensively, he's an advanced player. I mean, he's up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver as well to win Game 7. I think they're gonna prove why they're the defending NBA champions. The Joker's gonna prove why he's the 3-time MVP in 4 years. They're going to overtake Minnesota, bro. I think Minnesota gonna give them everything they got. It's gonna go down to the wire, but in the end, I'm going with the champs to put them away. I think Minnesota will be back next year. They're not going nowhere. They're going home on Sunday, but they're going nowhere as far as
0-2 tied up 1-1-1. This is going to be the best. Like I said this from the beginning. This is going to be the best series of the playoffs. Period.
Yeah.
And it has.
That's what look like to me.
Well, I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna go on limb and say it too. I'm gonna be on limb, so everybody hears and be quiet. Whoever wins this is between Denver and Timberwolves gonna make it to the finals and win the championship to me.
Oh, I agree.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet. I'll say this right here. If Boston don't win the championship this year, they need this Gauls to win because this is the last year.
I think it's done for the year.
I think he may be back, but I think this year Boston need to win it because we've been waiting for them to go to the hump for years. At least I have. If they're going to hump this year, they need us go yonder, as they say.
I definitely do not want Boston to win. That would be horrible.
Why would it be horrible? They tied for championship with Lakers with 17.
I'm a Sixers fan, bro. I'm a Sixers.
Oh yeah, that's why it'd be horrible for my. I got him. I got him. Brotherly love, right?
Fuck Larry Bird. Fuck Dennis Johnson. Fuck Kevin McHale. Fuck Robert.
82 when Sixers beat the Celtics. Celtics fans tell the Sixers beat LA. Beat LA. That's where they came from because they wanted y'all to beat the Lakers.
Yeah, because they hated the Lakers even more. But besides that, I appreciate that. But I used to hate the Celtics back growing up. I hated them.
Well, you love Dr. J, didn't you?
I love Barkley. Barkley's my favorite player ever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Barkley was a beast.
Player ever, definitely. He's my dude.
Yeah, I like Barkley, but he just couldn't stay in shape. He talked about winning the championship and never stay in shape enough. he produced, but didn't stay in shape enough.
Yeah, after that, the last year he was in really good shape was that first year in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Maybe the second he was okay, but then after that, he was always like fatter.
Yeah. But your favorite player is these week's guest on Club Shake Shake. So you should check that out.
No, I believe it. I started to watch that interview. I did start to watch it, but I like Charles. I do, but like some people, I'll probably watch the end of it, but I think I know almost everything that I heard. I heard a few. I watched like 30, 45 minutes of it. I mean, I think I'll go back and watch it. I like Charles and I like Shannon Sharp. Let's see how good the interview is. Yeah, I'll check out the rest.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have to get up out of here. I got stuff to do in the morning. So let me.
I can talk hoop all night, bro.
Yeah. But this guy right here gotta go work 7 in the morning, so I gotta wind it all down.
That's right.
Yeah, let me ask you, Jay, what's your social media?
like I said, right now I'm just on. Well, I am on Facebook. I'm on Jay on the mic. I forget what it is on Instagram, and I have another
That's
Instagram.
hot right there, Jay on the mic.
I'll be ready for it next week, and I have a Facebook. I need it because I don't really use my Instagram, but I have Instagram, and Facebook, and then I'll be ready next week with my social media. I don't have anything to give.
All right, Greedy.
All right, yeah, you know, same I always say every week, you know, you can find Greed Sports Talk on YouTube and you can find them on Facebook. So them are two spots where you can find me at.
All right. You can find me on Facebook, Gerald Britts, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. My 2 cents on it. For Unapologetic, Jason Board, Greedy Sports Talk. I am Gerald Britts, aka My 2 cents on it, and that was our 2 cents on it. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.
Peace.